we live. We did it. We made it another week with a 2-week break. Clump, how's your AC doing?
It's still a swamp cooler. It still sucks. It still sounds terrible.
Still a swamp cooler. How's your air conditioning? It's a swamp cooler. It sucks.
It's funny, when we started the process of fixing it, I got up on my roof and I was off the roof. And my brother-in-law, who comes to help me, he's like, "Was it broken?" I'm like, "It is now." It makes me feel better.
Yeah. Well, we're glad that you got through that. Kevlar had some training to do at work, so he's smarter than ever now. Every time we see him. What was that?
What did you learn at work?
Well, he can't talk about that. That's confidential, man.
Yeah. What not to do.
Yeah, what not to do. Oh, so you went through that sexual harassment training.
Again, yeah.
Yeah. They just won't let me drop it, man.
Yeah.
Keep
I
failing.
don't know why I take them 6 times a year.
Yeah. Keep failing out. All right, there's a lot we're gonna cover. We didn't really advertise this one. We do want to put out there that there's a lot going on in the world that's pretty nuts right now, and a lot of chaos. And we just wanted to drink with our buddies and kind of talk about wrestling for a bit to get in our own heads. With that in mind, we just hope everybody stays safe, and we hope that something positive comes out of all of this for sure, and a change. Let's see. Oh, it looks like Dork Chop's already popped in. World's going to shit, but let's talk wrestling, yo. This is kind of how we feel today. Like, we've been...
So exactly.
Yeah. That's kind of how we're feeling today. I mean, the three of us don't get to hang out much as it is. We missed last week. We just wanted to, let's talk wrestling. Let's get drunk. Let's goof off. Wrestling makes me happy when everything else makes me sad, even though wrestling also makes me sad. Dork Chop's got it dead on right there.
For different reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, if I go to bed all pissed off because I didn't like how a story went on a wrestling show, I do feel better waking up in the morning than when I go to bed pissed off because of what's happening in the world, because I can't just blame the writers.
Yeah.
I don't know who booked 2020, but you fucked it up, man. Who's got the pencil on that one?
Way too many.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see where this goes.
Yeah, and I mean, we still got 6 months left of 2020, and it doesn't seem to be letting up. This is like a fucking heavyweight title fight, man.
Tragedy.
Yeah.
2020 is just tragedy.
It's just a tragedy.
I want the comedic bit.
Yeah. Let's see. So, a couple things. What are you drinking, Kevlar?
Strong Guinness. Get ready.
You're drinking Guinness?
Yeah.
Oh,
And Screwball.
It's one of the finer whiskeys.
tell them about the survey that we did.
So, remember the Jameson sticker on the back of the bottle? We did it.
Yeah.
We did the survey, and in the survey, they asked our thoughts about what we drank, and they wanted to know the story of the last time we had the drink, cold brew. And I said, well, wouldn't you know, I can send in a video. And I sent in the opening minute or two of our show that week. And so hopefully we get that sponsorship. I even left that in there, me begging for sponsorship. So
Nice.
Someone at Jameson has it now. It's in their ball, man. It's in their court. What do you...
You should have found it when you farted epically on that one episode. Here's my video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's good that both of us were drinking Guinness that week.
They were both
not
drinking
Guinness.
Jameson. Yeah, no, it worked out great because they said, what made you decide to choose it? Like, why did you pick that drink? And I was like, well, wouldn't you know it? There was a conversation had. And it shows me asking you, you hold up the other one, and then I look over and I'm all like, well, then I'll also have Jameson. And it was good. So, ball's in their court, Jameson. It's up to you now, We've done all we can. Let's see. I'm going to have this. When you get a chance, though, that coffee wedge would be nice, I think.
Oh, okay.
I want to have a little Jim Beam extra aged.
But you're having that right
I know, I'm having that right now. But in a bit, whenever you're ready, if you bring me the coffee wedge, then I'll have 2 drinks to get through.
What the hell's a coffee wedge?
So, you remember
Is it a
the...
wedge salad entirely of coffee?
Well, remember the rocks glass I have that is a wedge of ice? It's the ones we started the show with?
Yes.
We used coffee for that wedge, so I can use the cold brew whiskey with frozen coffee as the ice cube. It's a goddamn delight, man.
It's like when I have Italian family members over, I make SpaghettiOs ice cubes.
Oh.
It's for the wine.
Oh, God.
It pairs nicely with a pork chop.
God. That
They're
sounds awful.
always reacting. I don't know if it's impressed. I think it's impressed, but it's a reaction.
Yeah. All right, so I guess some of the news we'll get out of the way before we get into the shows. The last 2 weeks were not easy weeks, even in our own wrestling bubble. We lost Shad. Harmless Demon is here. What's up?
Woo!
Cheers.
We lost Shad. We lost Hannah. Her last name evades me right now.
Nakamura?
Yes, and we lost Danny Havoc.
Yeah.
So yeah, tears in our beers for that. Quick cheers. Let's see. Oh, Dorkchop says always in 3s.
Oh, yeah.
Clump, you said earlier that you wanted to talk a little bit about Hannah's case specifically. I don't think we know much about Danny Havoc as of right now. I haven't read much about how he passed. He seemed relatively young to pass.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that.
So, yeah, I'm waiting to hear more.
Nakamura was pretty tragic in that it was a suicide, and it seems to have come as a result of a lot of bullying online. She was on an equivalent to, I'm trying to think.
It's like Big Brother,
Big
right?
Brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Japan. There is evidently like a dispute in a house. She got a lot of struggle and hardship from it, and she ended her life, unfortunately.
Yeah, from what
That's
I
not
read,
something we ever want anyone to do.
even when I read about the episode, like supposedly, I mean, obviously I didn't watch the show, but my understanding of the breakdown of the episode that caused so much controversy was that one of the roommates accidentally took some of her wrestling gear and threw it in the laundry with his clothes and destroyed some of it. And she was very upset and told him not to touch things that don't belong to him, something along those lines, and to be respectful of other people's property. Effectively, like it wasn't that curse-ridden or anything, and they kind of left it at that. And then there was a lot of backlash against her for yelling at this guy.
And that's what I heard too, and that's upsetting to me because wrestling gear is very ornately made often. It's very uniquely made. It's not made in the kind of factories that make a pair of Levi's.
Yeah.
Or a pair of Under Armours where you can wash them over and over again.
It's usually handmade.
Yeah. I mean, these are often handmade. They have a lot of detail, especially, I mean, looking at Joshi gear, it's super ornate. And so and that kind of feedback doesn't sound aggressive to me. It doesn't sound unfair, you know?
Yeah.
If I washed your ref shirt with my pink hat, you would not be happy, and that's fair.
Yeah. I've been mad at you for a lot less.
Fair.
I don't know, pink and black shirt.
Yeah.
Marsh's Alley.
That's true. It'd be like a Heart Foundation ref shirt. Not bad.
Yeah.
Then again, you might love it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I do think that it is a little important to mention that it wasn't, strangely enough, it was not the wrestling internet community that was doing this. It really was the fans of that reality show that were bullying her that way. but I don't think that means that we can ignore the idea that bullying on the internet is kind of rampant as it is, and people, whether or not you're held accountable, should feel accountable and responsible for the things you say and how you treat people, regardless of if you know them or not. At the end of the day, we're all humans, and I mean, I know it would upset me, so I can't imagine how Kevlar would fare if he discovered that some random kid on one of the video game live things that one of your kids plays would talk or treat to one of your kids that same way. Like, I'd be furious. You know what I mean? Like, anonymity does not come without responsibility, you know?
And
Yeah.
Even more tragic was the fact that she was in a wrestling family.
Yeah, she was multiple generation, second or third generation wrestler, so it was also like in her family, and so the fact people were talking about her being dishonorable or anything like that, like, it was kind of wild. Like, it's kind of the family business.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. So Dorkchops was even saying there's no details out on Havoc yet. Nothing's been released that he's seen either. And that very expensive. Like, how many times have you bought $1,000 pair of pants? And I said, that dude's lucky he didn't catch hands. Never mind a scolding. And that's what I thought, too. When I first heard the synopsis, I was like, oh, it's going to turn out she was, like, off the rails and ripping this guy's stuff apart or something. Like, that person snapped. And then you read it and you're like, that's all that happened? That's all that she said? Like, that's what got the backlash? It's kind of...
Who is this other guy? Do you guys know?
Danny Havoc?
Oh, the guy that she...
Oh, no, because it's like a Japanese Big Brother, so I'm sure he's a celebrity in his own right in Japan. I'm not familiar with who it was or their background. I think it briefly mentioned in the thing I read, but it was nothing that like stuck as like, oh, it's this character or whatnot. Nothing like that stuck out. But yeah, it was really sad. I think, I think it's just a really sad situation. Another situation just didn't have to happen. So let's all be better. Let's all be better to each other. Dorkchop says a singer or an actor or something like that. Yeah. So tears in our beers. It was nice to see Kairi Sane with a Hannah armband on this week, and as well as the New Day was wearing Shad armbands as well. And we briefly did talk about Shad a couple weeks back, right the day before. It was the day of him going missing, but it was a number of hours in, and I think we said a lot about him on that day. So we'll try not to dwell on all this sad stuff. Let's get it out of the way and get to heavily drinking. What do you say?
Done and done.
Let's see. Was there any other news stuff you guys wanted to touch ground on? Because I'm not seeing much
I don't think so.
as far as news that isn't directly involved with the show. Clump?
Right now, no, not too much.
What are you watching? HBO?
Oh, I have everything loaded up for the week.
All right,
It's a
cool.
good idea, though.
Yeah. He's all like, I'm watching Avengers. Let's see.
Trying to
So
make my parts silent.
let's start with NXT, get into AEW, and we'll go from there. NXT. How much of NXT did you end up watching, Clump?
Not a lot at all.
Not much. Did you get the chance to see Matt Riddle and Thatcher?
No, unfortunately, I started my wrestling this week watching the SmackDown opening, and I didn't watch wrestling.
Yeah, that'll do it. Kevlar, did you catch any of NXT?
I watched some of it. I don't know how much. As soon as Charlotte came out, I turned it off.
Yeah, I do that a lot
Never
too.
got back to it.
I do think that it's going to be worth it for both of you to go out of your way and check out the Matt Riddle versus Thatcher in that pit fight. I wasn't exactly looking forward to that match going into it. I know both of you guys are kind of high on Riddle, and I really haven't been. Fuck, man, that was a brutal match. I was watching it really, like, kind of concerned, and also, like, do these guys have, like, legitimate heat? And I was also kind of like, do these guys just go in the back sometimes and say, hey, I can take a kick to the face, trust me.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it
We
was...
can redo teeth.
Yeah. It was insane. And yeah, Dorkchop says it was a banger. Was not hyped going in, and it was rad as shit. That's how I felt. As soon as it was coming on, I was like, well, I guess I'll watch it. It's a nice little cage setup they have, and it's cool to see Kurt Angle doing something. And within like 2 minutes, I was like edge of my seat going like, oh my God, like what is happening? And they did an awesome job. They did an absolutely awesome job. Laid their shit in like middle school kids in the bathroom at lunch, Dorkchop says. Yeah, dude, it was insane. So I would definitely recommend seeing that. It is a little unfortunate that Riddle has now moved on to SmackDown because that match had me the most invested in Thatcher and Riddle than anything Riddle's actually done in NXT. So it's like, just as I was getting excited to see what he might do in NXT, he left NXT, and I was like, all right, well, I'm kind of back to not caring again because it's now new players. I do think the Ciampa Cross build right now they have going on is really cool. They have a really good promo and some video segments with Cross. They're using Scarlett really well. And Drake Maverick, he won the triple threat, so he's now in the finals for the Cruiserweight title, and it's a little weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw that match.
You saw that match?
Yeah.
It was fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah, oh, I loved it.
Oh, it was so good.
I was rooting for Maverick the whole time, too.
Me too. And the way he won, like the camera angle, the initial when he slides the arm over, I was like, what the fuck is Maverick doing pretending he's in the arm bar too?
Yeah.
I was all like, not Sly, dude. Not Sly. I totally saw your arm go. And then the count started and I went, oh, shit. Like,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree. I thought that match was awesome.
Now look, I'm looking through everything for NXT. I'm excited for Takeover.
Takeover sounds really cool. What do you got for Takeover there, Clump?
I'm excited for Gargano, the Gargano Lee stuff. I'm excited for Cross and Ciampa, and I like Ciampa being put in this position as kind of like an elder statesman, giving a lot of heat to someone new.
Who?
Ciampa.
Ciampa. Oh yeah, Ciampa. Yeah, and I mean
That's a great way to get heat.
It's amazing, and it puts Cross right on the top. Like it's so big, him going directly into a feud with Ciampa, the level of which they're doing it, that it makes me wonder if Cross is not going to be long for NXT. You know what I mean? Like I wonder if they're just tuning him up, polishing him up a little bit, and then kicking him over to the main roster. He could be great on Raw. Can you imagine him start hunting McIntyre? The dude seems like a real fucking threat.
I like that. I mean, I'd like to see him at that level. I mean, I'm not a big fan of what's on Raw.
Yeah, I think we'll get into that as well. I could have done without watching Raw this week, and when I was really thinking about it going into it, I couldn't figure out why I was actually going to be watching it. There was only 2 stories I knew of going into it that I was even remotely interested in, and not much they did really drew me through it. Let me see. Gargano. Oh, so there was a video package with Mia Yim and Keith Lee. Did you see that, Kevlar?
No.
No? They did very much like the Gargano and Candice LeRae videos. They were mocking them, and it made me actually appreciate the build to that a little bit better, because I haven't been a big fan of those videos they were doing, and now to do a video that's mocking it kind of made me go, okay, maybe they were doing a really good job with those, because I'm on board with this mockery thing. Adam Cole did a good job on his thing. Pit fight was sick. And then the other thing, Shotzi Black did a coffin drop. Did you guys see that?
I did not.
Kevlar?
What's that?
Did you see the coffin drop that Shotzi Blackheart did?
No, I didn't.
She fucking missed, guys. She missed them entirely. Yeah, she folded right in half. The ref runs over there like, oh my god, are you dead? And somehow she was not dead. Oh, Dorkchop even said, oh my god, that was terrifying. I thought she died. Yeah, as soon as she hit, she's like crumbling on her neck. Her whole body just goes into this big ball of flubber. And you're just like, holy shit, why did that happen? But she was jumping blindly at Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, who were like first off, in an area that made no sense for them to be in, and it was like stupid. And I mean, to be honest, that whole match was bad. Raquel and Shotzi were not gelling very well together. They were really helping each other out through every move, and then there's essentially a trust fall with people who are otherwise occupied. Like, fuck. Yeah, it was not a great look. But apart from that, going into In Your House Takeover, Ciampa and Cross seems cool. We got Balor and Damian Priest, which I don't know who goes over in that. But I mean, either way, those guys both need wins right now. Who else do you got on was it there's the triple threat for the NXT title, the women's title?
Yes, isn't it Mia Yim, Rhea Ripley, and Charlotte Flair?
Io Shirai, right? Or no?
Right, okay, cool. Good at
Yeah.
this.
And then the other one is Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream. If Velveteen Dream cannot win, he doesn't get another shot at Adam Cole and his title. So it kind of makes you wonder where we're going with there too. But I don't know. Sounds good.
I mean, I feel like Velveteen should get it
No way.
Why?
so that Cole can go up.
Cole has
Because,
no
like, it's not-
place wrestling with grown men.
Cole should be released.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And-
feel like they're building him up to move up.
Maybe. And then was it Dorkchop even said this? Cole versus Dream apparently a cinematic style match. I thought the same thing because they said that it was going to take place in a location of William Regal's choosing. It makes me really curious how that's going to turn out because I don't think the Gargano Ciampa cinematic match went very well. I don't know how this one's supposed to go very well. These are guys who you need to see their bumps, and they really cut out a
You
lot of
will
the bumps.
battle within the machinations of my mind.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into AEW for a little bit. Kevlar, have you checked out any of the stuff online, even to see clips and stuff of like Double or Nothing and Stampede, Stampede
No.
or anything like that? All right. Let's see.
Mike Tyson was there.
Mike Tyson did show up. He was asleep during the title match, which was nice. They cut to
It
him
was a good
yawning.
reaction.
Let's see. Heard it was going to be.
I actually did see that though.
You said what?
I said I saw the Tyson and the UFC fighters.
Yeah, we'll get into that in just a second, because that was on the follow up show. Dorkchop said though that he heard the Cole versus Dream match is going to be a lot, going to be in a car lot with car headlights all around them. Those guys aren't Street Fighter types. Like, why would you do that? Neither one of them to me comes off as a believable gang fighter. You know what I mean? Like, they don't show up with chains. This isn't the Outsiders. You know what I mean?
They're going to fight on Adam Cole's forehead.
Oh, that'd be good.
That is a lot of room.
Let's see. Neither of the three of us got Double or Nothing. Once you went back and saw some of the highlights and some of the little video clips, did you want to go back and get it? Clump?
No!
Yeah, I was okay missing it.
I heard the Cody Lance Archer match was pretty decent. I hate the belt. I think the belt looks unfinished.
The belt looks ugly even if it is finished.
Yeah, no, but to me, like, it looks like, oh, we haven't dipped this in gold yet.
Yeah, they did
You know?
say that it was not finished, and I saw a picture that someone put up of what it's supposed to look like when it is finished, and it's very close to the same. So, I don't know. I think it's a pretty ugly belt either way. I don't know.
Why don't you all finish that belt and then have done this later?
They were saying because of COVID that the guy couldn't do stuff. I'm not sure. Let's see, Archer.
I'm out with a certificate for a belt.
Yeah. Just give him like a little ribbon.
Here's a gift card for a
Yeah.
belt.
Let's see, Archer and Cody. Dorkchop says MJF vs. Jungle Boy was good. I heard that did have a pretty good story going in. Archer and Cody was good, but didn't like the finish. I actually heard the same thing that the finish was really bad in that one. Sheeta versus Nyla Rose. Sheeta won.
Good.
What do you think about Cody going over Lance though for the title?
I think it needed to happen. Cody's done a good job of putting people over and building up people. He needs to go over in big events to still look important. Whether he's going to be built up or he's going to build people up, he has to occasionally win on the big stage.
He does.
Like,
he does, and I agree with that, but I think that Lance Archer is being built in such a way where it's a little early to have him go out against somebody who's historically been losing. So now it's an upset, and does Lance look that much stronger for losing to Cody? Like, I don't think he does.
I think he's still also so new that you can work with it. Like, he's new enough that we can go like, okay, let's build you more. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it would be, to me, and the nature of this type of event and the round up or the tournament, I could have seen someone like Wardlow end up with Cody too.
Which would have made more sense to me.
Yeah.
There's more history there, and Wardlow, I think, could have suffered a loss better than Lance could. Lance was just too new and built to be too big of a monster. Dork Chop said that they booked themselves into a porter on there. GR Lunar, Double or Nothing 2, Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, it's kind of what I think it came across as.
Sure, Lunar.
Good to see you, Lunar. Cheers.
Missed the moon, man.
What'd you guys think of Brian Cage debuting?
That was awesome. I like that.
I was pretty excited about that, in essence. I think they can do cool stuff. I think that... So he won a poker chip. He won the AEW version of Money in the Bank. So he gets a poker chip that he can cash in, except they told him when he can cash it in.
I mean, to be fair, when you win the G1 at, Sakura Genesis, you're going to Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
AEW isn't the first company to copy this idea.
Also, we have poker chips.
Yeah, I mean, we got poker chips. We've been doing poker chips first. They're biting off everyone now, these guys.
Don't say that, we'll get sued.
Hell yeah, come at us. We're looking for some cease and desist. Let's see. Ladder match was fun.
I love Joey Janela taking that ladder spot from Machine. And, then going, fucking motherfucker!
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, let's see. I heard of similar things here. The Dork Chop saying is that the match was fun but botchy. I heard it didn't make any sense, really. Orange Cassidy being too lazy to set up the ladder. I don't know. It made him laugh, but I thought it was dumb.
It did feel like this is too much for Orange Cassidy. Like, I liked it for a little bit, but he didn't need to be in the match longer. It made me feel like the most, okay, I get the character, let's do more.
Yeah. And if the chance for a title doesn't make him do anything, I don't know why he's there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Just like from a character standpoint, what's his motivation? And his whole motivation is he has no motivation. So what's the point of having someone like that in a competitive area? It just comes off to me as kind of dumb.
It would be cool if he won it and just gave it to someone like, okay, cool.
That'd have been good. I'd have been cool with that, where he wins it, he kind of goes like, and then he just hands it to somebody and just goes like, I don't even want it. I don't want to deal with this. But I do think it's interesting. There's a number of things that came up this week, or the past 2 weeks really, with AEW that really, to me, undermine the concept of being a wins and losses matter company and a sports-based company. And I thought this debut was one of them. They got a poker chip to a guy so he could have the next available number one contendership. So it feels like they keep trying to weasel themselves out of having to... Dork Chop says he could have left it in catering, the briefcase.
Yeah.
Someone else just picks it up, Orange Cassidy. But...
Can I get a 90-second pause?
Yeah.
Give me 90 seconds, I'll be right back.
So AEW, it feels to me like that they keep doing these things to get out of booking themselves into a corner where they need to get their friend or the next person they want a title match, but they don't know how to do it because they're not booking them strong and they can't all be ranked up that fast because wins and losses have to matter. Rankings matter. And so if you're trying to get a new world title shot every month, but you haven't been booking with math in mind, it gets really hard to get to those title shots where the rankings are the reason they're getting them. So they got this poker chip for this guy. Brody Lee stole the belt and asked for a title shot, and that was enough. And then, I mean, right after this, to keep going, Cody declares he's going to do an open challenge for the TNT title, and they follow that up by having a battle royal to see who's going to be the number one contender for the TNT title. Well, what's the point if it's an open challenge? Doesn't matter who wins. You know?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, sports base is out the window now at this point. GR Lunar says Klump's got to go shit. He says it's impressive. He only needs 90 seconds, especially if you consider 20 seconds of washing your hands. We all know Klump does not wash his hands.
Yeah.
Cody said open challenge extends outside AEW also. I'm glad you brought that up too. Let's get into that for a second. Anyone who's excited, and unfortunately that sounds like you included Dork Chop, that he announced that anyone can go for the open challenge regardless of being in AEW or not. Come on, that's petty wrestling shit to get excited about. Of course he's going to say that. It doesn't matter. Plus, they have a ton of guys come and go all the time who don't have contracts. They have a lot of non-contract workers come in. Plus, all the open challenges we always hear from even the big companies that we know aren't going to allow the other ones, always say it's an open invitation to absolutely all. And that's how you get guys like Sami Zayn going for the U.S. title when he was still in NXT. You know? Let's see. Oh, yeah, Dorkchop says makes no sense. GR Lunar says fucking John Cena. Klump, what do you think about the open challenge for the TNT title being extended to outside of AEW?
Interesting. It's a great way to bring randos in.
They already work with non-contract people all the time, like I was just saying, and it's like,
Yeah.
of course. What is he going to say? No, only AEW talent? Like, that's, of course he said that. Anyone would say that. You know,
Yeah.
I think Seth Rollins said that when he had the Intercontinental title. I think he said it on Twitter.
The first time we saw Johnny Gargano was as the champion of Liechtenstein.
Yeah. You know, like, I just thought it was kind of dumb that everyone got excited. Because I saw people doing it, they're retweeting it, and then Ryan Satin's putting out a thing. He goes, who do you think he can extend it to? And oh my god, how exciting is this? He's extended it outside of AEW. Get the fuck out of here with that. I don't know, that's how I felt about it.
Yeah. If it happened, if you saw someone of note from Ring of Honor, if you saw someone of note from NWA, if you saw someone of note from WWE, that would be fucking amazing. It's not going to happen.
But they do that shit all the
Maybe
time
we can.
anyways. Remember they got Jeff Cobb from ROH to come in and do like one spot, lose a match, and leave. They're already doing it. They just have something pretty for Cody to walk out there with.
I mean, I'm cool with it. I want to mean something. Have somebody win.
Yeah, I want someone from
I think it'd be
NWA to
cool
win
if
it.
This is the Sorry.
I think it'd be cool if somebody from NWA wins it.
I think it'd be cool if Marty Scurll wins it.
That'd be cool for Marty Scurll.
His reintroduction to the Elite.
Dorkchop wants it to be Kota
Hold up.
Ibushi.
Ooh.
What's up, Kevlar? Oh, he's coming right back. Yeah, and so I was
Did
saying...
he also have Smash Burger?
No, I don't know what he's had. Let's see. What do you think about Mox going over Brody in Double or Nothing?
I had no second thoughts. I didn't think it was going to go to Brody in any way.
Yeah, it seemed really obvious. I mean, I thought all of Double or Nothing came off super obvious. Except for Hikaru winning wasn't super obvious, but it wasn't like hard to see coming either. I am glad that she won it. I thought that was cool for her. I do think she's going to be a better representative of what the women's talent has to offer in AEW.
Yeah.
What did you think of the Stadium Stampede or what you saw of it?
That was awesome and silly.
It was awesome and silly?
Yeah, it was silly.
It was a goofy WWE style joke match. And I'm okay with that, but I didn't understand how people were responding. Like it was this groundbreaking, amazing. They said, this is what wrestling truly is. This is real pro wrestling.
if anyone thinks that's real true pro wrestling, I mean,
Could you?
you have to understand what comedy pro
less
wrestling
noisy?
is versus. I
You're
mean,
making a lot of noise.
I don't think there is any true pro wrestling.
Yeah, if
It's
that's
a lot of
truly
different things.
exactly, and that's also like, I mean, it's not anywhere near classic wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it was cool that they did it in an NFL stadium.
I thought that was
That was
cool.
awesome.
I thought it was cool, and I thought they made good use of the stadium as far as that goes too. You know, doing the obvious kind of spots that, you know, of course, someone's got to jump off the field goal post. But I thought people's response to it was a little over the top. You know, but
Yeah.
it seemed fun, and I liked some of the stuff I saw in it. But by no means did I say, "Oh, this is groundbreaking. This is different than anything we've ever seen. This is a true alternative." This is more of the same. You know, I felt like this really highlighted how much AEW is the same exact product as WWE with just different jokes. Like, people didn't hate the hokey shit; they just hated it wasn't their hokey shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
There's a space for hokey shit. I like hokey shit.
Yeah.
I love Money in the Bank.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, and that's kind of my whole thing, is that it's like everyone was complaining that WWE's hokey, but they love the AEW style of doing things, which is incredibly hokey. It's not that you don't like hokey; it's that you just don't like other people's jokes. Even Mox, when he left, was saying that he didn't like all the dumb, silly shit and the hokey shit, but he's part of a company that's doing a ton of hokey shit. He just liked other people's jokes, is all.
I think, like, the
No,
only
it's Kevin's
justification
fan.
I'll give to Mox in his interview, I can understand the frustration of the character and the presentation of the eating character. I can get that, and I can get seeing that as hokey and stuff like that. And he is a pretty hokey character.
Yeah.
When he was unhinged.
Oh yeah.
I could understand the frustration for that, but I don't like attacking just hokiness generally.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of dumb hokey shit that gets over.
Yeah, and a lot of it that's fun. I mean, Rusev Day was fucking hokey as shit, and people are pissed that they didn't utilize Rusev better because of Rusev Day. That was silly shit that everyone liked. Kev, your fan is just off the chain right now.
Is it?
Yeah, it is creating so much noise. I don't know if
Alright.
there's like a lesser setting or if you could put it lower.
Look, not even.
Fun broadcasting from Arizona.
Yeah, I know. Sit by an open window. I don't know. Get a bag
It
of
doesn't
ice.
help in Arizona.
Yeah, just
Might
lay
use
on a
gunfire.
bag of ice.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, let's see. Dorkchop says Stampede was silly and he loved it, but he also loved the Boneyard Funhouse match and Money in the Bank. Don't do it all the goddamn time, but Pandemic No Crowd Wrestling is well served in that format, in my opinion. And I agree, and I think that's my point, is that let's stop pretending like we're watching different products and we have to hate one or the other. It's all the same, and it's okay to prefer the joke style of someone else, but let's stop pretending that the other one is just fucking total garbage. You know what I mean? Let's see. I imagine Blood and Guts would have been much different tone with all the same players. Crowds mean everything in wrestling. For sure, if they'd continued with the two of them and it would have been the Blood and Guts match, I think it really could have been a totally different product altogether.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend all night on AEW, so let's talk about the couple.
I
There's
mean,
a couple things in AEW Dynamite that I wanted to hit. Was there anything else you wanted to hit about Double or Nothing, Clump?
No.
Okay, so in Dynamite, there was only two things that we haven't talked about that I wanted to talk about. And one of those was the Matt Hardy backstage segment with the Young Bucks. Did you see this?
Mm-hmm.
What did you think?
Yep. I like that they finally figure out how to drive a pickup truck into an arena.
That's nothing to do with Matt Hardy.
I couldn't really.
Wow.
I said, did you see the Matt Hardy promo with the Young Bucks backstage at the beginning?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Good.
Remember, my audio sucks. I'm kind of guessing what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's like the teacher that asked if you You say yeah, and then they're like, all right, pass it up. And you're like, oh, no.
Yeah, I didn't bring it.
You read that chapter? Yeah, what did you think of it? Good?
Good. So there's this segment real quick where the Young Bucks are with Broken Matt Hardy, who I thought was murdered just a couple days before. But I guess he's fine now. And they said, can we get a different... Literally asked him, can we just get like a different version of you? And Matt Hardy's like, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. Walks off camera, comes back as Team Extreme and starts doing this and stuff. And then they're all like, well, we were hoping you'd like go back a couple extra years and just be like a different version. And then he comes back as like version 2 or whatever. And he goes, he's like, I can do like the flips and the dives and we can just be the spot monkeys. And they're like, yeah, that's perfect. And they all went out there. I did not enjoy that at all, dude.
Because it felt like they were just referencing WWE.
They were making blatant references to WWE, which is, I was already kind of like, okay, I knew this was coming. But the idea of like, hey, can we just get a different version of you and have him literally like just cut through versions? Like, I don't know. It came off really video game-like to me. Can we get you in a different skin?
Yeah.
Oh, that was dumb. Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah. But since you didn't see it, fuck yourself. The Revival. The FTR, the Revolt. They showed up in AEW. Everyone is shocked. What? Wow, what?
I was like, wait, they weren't already announced?
Yeah. It's a surprise.
Again, at least we figured out how to drive a fucking truck toward a ring.
That was a nice truck, too.
Yeah, it was nicer than the one last week that Cody bitch worried about.
Yeah, Cody.
I was so like, hit shit.
Yeah, hit
You
something.
have money. They'll fix your bumper. If you don't care, or if you care too much about this truck, do what WWE does. Get another truck.
Yeah.
Make it sound more important.
Yeah.
This is my important 99 Ford F-150.
Yeah, this one was a gift from my dad. Okay.
Yeah.
Dorkchop said same stupid truck drive up spot too. Here's what made it worse. The camera was pointed right at them before they started their driving forward. So you could see right into the windshield. Clear as day. These were better than passport photos. So crisp. And they're all like, what's going on? Who could that? These are people with monitors. And you're like, I thought you had to see what I was seeing. And then as they pull past the camera, they get out and you only see the top of one of their heads. And Excalibur goes, oh my God, that's Dash Wheeler and Cash Hogglethorn. I forget his new name. Hardwood, I think. He's like, oh my God, it's them. It's FTR. And I was like, you didn't recognize them from their fucking faces and heads. You recognized them by the back top of one of their heads. That annoyed me. I was like, obviously it's them.
Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood.
Yeah, that's what I said, dude. Oh, shit.
It's Cash Wheeler and Maximum Boner Drive.
Yeah, no, it was Dax Hawthorne and Cash Hardwood, both manscapes. So they'll help you not snag your nuts is the one thing I know. But I was excited to see FTR there. I thought Excalibur fucked up his own pop. His own excitement came off stupid and forced because he just didn't get excited when he first saw them. Because soon I saw him, I went, oh shit. And then I'm listening to Excalibur. Who's the... And I was like, you make up fucking names for everything. Pretend you know what's happening for once. God damn it.
Yeah.
But...
You could say, holy shit, that's...
Yeah. Oh my God, is
fine.
is it really them? Like anything. But he's just like, I can't eat... What?
His mask covers his eyes.
Yeah.
Maybe he should be on commentary.
I can't see his shoes in the truck. I just don't know who it is. That's where they write their names.
I can only tell who it is by their pecker.
Yeah. Unless their name's on the side of their trunks, it could be anyone. But I'm excited to see them there because I think that if done correctly, which they won't be, their whole gimmick is on two of old school style tag team wrestlers who follow the rules. And how clever would it be for them to be now largely in an environment where the rules are disregarded and they're now villains for wanting to enforce the rules? Which is a total flop of what you usually see with good guys and bad guys in wrestling. The good guys are always following the rules and the bad guys are cheating. You now would have bad guys because they want to have rules. And the good guys are the people who just say, oh yeah, no, fuck it, do what you want. What? This is going well.
I think it's clever. Producer here, since no one else wants to talk.
Thanks, producer. Clump. All you had to say was, I'm glad they drove in the truck in a straight line?
I'm just glad they didn't hit the damn brakes. I'm glad that they properly drove in.
Let's see. Dorkchop thinks it's going to be FTR and MJF as a stable. I disagree, but he says he thinks it'll be FTR MJF. Incorrect. It would be MJFTR. You use the same F twice. Says won't happen. They have to keep the same dynamic. That's what I'm saying. As I truly believe the Revolt will be misused here and it'll be such a missed opportunity because I think that they have every opportunity to actually make this exciting for people in WWE fans and AEW fans. You really would have a clash. This would feel a little bit like the Outsiders again in a certain regard of we're coming in to evade and change things because in the exact opposite of NWO, we want to take over and get rid of the rules. It's this new version of NWO of we're coming here to instill rules because nothing you do makes sense and this has to make sense and we can't win without rules. You know what I mean? Awesome. But I just don't think
feel
they're gonna do that.
To me, I feel like they've had several moments where it's the Outsiders, but they don't pan out.
Yeah.
So they keep doing this, they're trying to chase that. It's the Outsiders. Yeah, you've done it 7 times.
Yeah. But I think this one could be done right. I think they have the opportunity here because you have two very well-established teams basically in Young Bucks and Revolt. And their gimmicks are super established and super clear. And they are very much opposites and they've always wanted to work with each other that this could be really cool. I just think they're going to miss the mark. The ref is biased towards the rules. Color me shocked. Hey, that was me. Hey, they said a mean thing to me. It was my own show. I read the comments and said a mean thing to me.
Hey, Rip Salon. I was
What?
I said I like it nonchalant and I was think it was about you.
Yeah, I didn't notice.
It's like he's underwater.
I know. I'm wondering.
Did
Did your mom leave?
What?
Did you just say bye to your mom?
No, I said I can't have a on.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus.
Like Kevin's mom.
This is awful.
Are you in a bunker, dude? You're super afraid of the end of the world right now. It's crazy. I'm streaming from my gun safe.
Yeah.
Let's see, for real though, if FTR comes in, makes their tag team rules a bigger deal, that would help the whole division. So good idea. Yeah, see, it is a good idea from the ref. I call it like I see it. Straight down the line. Coming to me. You know what sets us apart, don't you? Pointless aggression.
Slap with your penis.
We do have the shirts. Want to scratch the shirts?
We do have shirts right now. They're on PWTs. They're in a lot of hot water right now, and I'm wondering if we should pull.
Really?
Yeah.
What they do?
123 Pin says he can make shirts for us. I was thinking about maybe getting together with him.
Can you say why they're in hot water?
I
haven't heard, sorry.
Well, they were a little insensitive online recently, and it didn't go well.
Oh.
So I was trying to backpedal. So,
Okay, sorry.
but I mean, hey, I make money off of it, so I don't mind right now. Go to my site and buy my shirts.
I'm out of the loop, sorry.
Yeah. But okay, so was there anything else about AEW you wanted to really touch ground on? I wasn't a big fan of most of what happened on Dynamite. Oh, the Mike Tyson thing.
Yeah.
Kevlar, what do you think
So-
about Mike Tyson being back? Excited?
I will. At the same time, it was 10 years late.
You said it was 10 years late?
Wow. Yeah, he's not.
Yeah.
He's like paused forever.
I know.
It was.
He's breaking
I'll
up
jump
so
in.
bad.
I thought it was cool that Vicky Guerrero was there. I don't
That
know
was
why
neat.
she was there.
Yeah, she's
But
been
I'm
utilized a
always happy
couple
to see
times
her.
with them.
Yeah. I everything, especially after a couple of podcasts recently that talked about Vicky, she's awesome. She's.
Yeah.
I want to see her do more. But it just felt kind of weird to throw her in there.
With the cheerleaders?
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
cheerleaders. You know what? Let me do this. Kevlar, disconnect
Wait.
your... Let's do this. Hang up, disconnect your headphones, text me, I'm gonna call you right back. Let's see if we can get a better connection on your side. It's brutal, man. I want to hear what he says about Tyson.
It's god awful.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Let's see. Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, let's see. Dorkchop said, "Oh yeah, I guess my brain tried to erase the memory of the Tyson angle because I completely forgot about it. It was hot garbage. I was more hyped to see Vitor Belfort in the background, honestly. Is he the one who put face paint on his eyes? He put the black face paint on his eyes?
Yeah. So weird.
That was him, right? No. He said that's not him with the face paint on the eyes. The face paint guy kind of annoyed the shit out of me, dude.
He looks like Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh. That could be. That was
Are you
Simon.
overpowered?
He said it was an actor named Mickey Goosh, apparently. What a douche. He was drunk or coked out. Yeah, probably. I didn't like it at all because I felt like he was going like, oh, let's go play wrestling. I'll put on face paint and, be like I'm a wrestler. And I was like, fuck off, dude. This Brooklyn Brawler look.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it already looks better, Kev. Let's see. He said it was a turd sandwich.
Yeah, everyone hated Mickey Gooch.
Oh, good. Mickey Gooch is awful. Awful. What do you think about Jericho literally saying this is about Monday Night Raw?
That was weird. I might not have phrased it like that.
Well, he didn't say Monday Night Raw. He said, but this is about a Monday night, some like 10 years ago or whatever. I want to see you. And like, so yeah, he was talking about a specific event where Tyson was on Monday Night Raw and he punched Jericho and knocked him out, and the storyline never went anywhere. Maybe it didn't go anywhere because it wasn't going to be good. Like, why does everybody in wrestling think that they can redo everything that they dropped just because they thought it could have been good and it wasn't? Doesn't mean you just retry it now.
I mean, maybe we could take the Cornette view. Nothing's new, everything's old. But this shit,
Yep.
it feels like they don't ignore the past.
Yeah,
And
but
it's
this
recent past.
is specifically old. Let's see. I had no idea what was going on since I wasn't watching WWE at the time. I had to look it up. Why not build an angle in house? Yeah, 100%. I didn't know why they were doing that. I also thought that, I mean, you could have even done an angle of Jericho instead of saying this is about Monday Night Raw 10 years ago. He could have just said, I don't know why Tyson keeps coming around. I feel like I can't shake this guy. He follows me around. He's mooching off of my fandom. Let me, like play it off that way. Like, no matter where I go, there's Mike Tyson, and I'm tired of it. You know what I mean? Play it up a little bit so you acknowledge the fact that there was that WWE stuff. And then you build into it, too, being like, you know what? Last time I saw you, you were a real dick to me, too. You know, and then people go, oh, yeah, he punched him. But for him to just say this is only about that Monday Night Raw thing, I was like, come on.
Yeah, I was like, I guess I gotta go back and watch old WWE.
Yeah, I was like, I better turn this off and turn on the network. I gotta see what he's talking about.
Great. Now I gotta learn things.
Yeah. Dorchop says Jericho could have just treated Tyson like an asshole. Because it's not a hard sell. Kevlar, I hear you breathing. How you doing?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
I mean, I literally just burped too.
Yeah, way better. Your labored breathing I'm into, though. What did you think of the Mike Tyson stuff?
I liked it. I thought it was cool. It was 10 years too late.
Yeah.
Like, it should have come in WWE.
Well, they started it 10 years ago, but yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, it was cool that he went out there with a couple of the UFC fighters.
Yeah, that's what Dorchop was saying.
Weird. I thought it was weird that Rashard Evans didn't get any kind of love or recognition even when AEW tweeted it out.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't recognize him. Yeah, they didn't.
I mean, I didn't recognize him at first either because he has like dreadlocks.
Yeah.
Now, and they just like didn't even mention him. The announcers didn't mention him. Like I said, they tweeted out, didn't mention him. It wasn't until I read an article that was like, "Oh, Rashad Evans was like too." I was like, it looked like him.
You're like, what? Yeah, I don't think that Excalibur watches anything other than New Japan. I think that's
iffy too.
Yeah, mostly it's CZW, I think, because yeah, nobody knew who they were. I was having a hard time figuring out who they were too, but I also know that I'm not the biggest. I don't watch all that stuff so intently to remember everybody's name. I'd have a better time recognizing Howard Dean or whatever, that referee Herb Dean. I'd have been like, oh, there's Herb. You know what I mean? Like, but I think that it was AEW's responsibility to prep the announcers. Hey, here's who's going to be coming out with Mike Tyson. We want to get all their names in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why was that so hard to do?
Well, not only that, but just the tweet. AEW tweeted out and mentioned each other fighter except for Rashad Evans.
Maybe he doesn't have a Twitter. There's no
maybe, but they didn't even put his name on it.
There's no I can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. The other UFC guy they had just retired as champion in 2 weight classes, like one of the best ever, and never said his name. Oh, is that the one you're talking about?
No, that's Henry. I can't pronounce his last name.
Godwin.
Ojeda.
Oh. Yeah. So they had a
But
ton of people there.
They mentioned him as Little Henry.
Good. Yeah, I did not think it played out well. Tyson couldn't rip his shirt because they didn't gimmick his shirt for him. Jericho's trying not to laugh in his face, and then Tyson clearly forgot his line. And then you can see Jericho be like, push me. And then like he goes, oh yeah, I'm supposed to push you now. And then they push each other, and it's like, oh hell's breaking loose. And you're like, come on. Let's see, Kahito.
Fight me now.
Yeah. What was the other thing I was going to say about that?
Gimmick shirt that didn't work, which I thought was hilarious.
It was pretty funny. It's pretty bad. Oh, Jericho put out a thing. He had an interview where they asked him if Tyson would be in a wrestling match. And he said, could he wrestle? Could he put on a good match is what they asked. And Jericho said, it's not up to him, it's up to me. He's like, it's not, if, he goes, with as good as I am, he goes, I'll play to his strengths and I'll hide all of his weaknesses and it'll be incredible. And you're like, dude, you don't just decide Mike Tyson's a great wrestler. Mongo McMichael wrestled with Flair and looked like shit. All right? Some people need some training to get to a certain level of usability. Let's see, he was whack. I'm an unashamed AEW fanboy, and I was just shaking my head. Honestly, I haven't thought of Tyson for like 15 years. Yeah, but he put out that video recently of him like training for boxing, and you're like, oh, is he coming back for a fight? And then he comes back to this, and you're like, nah, not really. A fight with a shirt.
Well, Tyson said he's thinking about making a boxing comeback.
I think he should. I think it would sell huge. I'd pay to watch that. Him in one more
I
fight.
would too.
He's still a mean motherfucker.
If you watch his workouts and training, he's still hitting hard as hell.
Yeah. I think that it depends on who they put him up against, right? His whole problem with Holyfield is he couldn't last that long and got gassed against a dude who could take the hits. So you got to put him against another smaller dude like they did his whole way up, and you can have an exciting fight. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I think it'd be great. I think it'd be a huge moneymaker. It should be him and Conor McGregor.
No.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Awful.
There's a lot of money there. Yeah.
Who would you bet on that one?
The fans. The fans are the real winners.
You got to root for the actor.
Yeah, no, I'd go for Conor. I'd want to see Conor do something crazy. But I'm sorry.
I feel like that'd be crazy against crazy. I wouldn't know who to pick.
Yeah. Let's see. He's doing a huge media run right now because he wants to book a new boxing match. Hopefully someone gets on the same age range. Dorkshop says Mayweather and Pacquiao in a triple threat. Dude, first ever triple threat boxing match? That'd be sick.
He would kill both of them.
That'd be even better. Dude, imagine
that would be
Mayweather.
two small people trying not to get hit.
Yes. It'd be hysterical. And dude, Mayweather is so cocky. I would love to see a Mike Tyson punch to Mayweather's head. I would love it.
Throw a little
Where's Butterbean?
Butterbean, I actually saw him recently on Dark Side of the Ring. They interviewed him, and if you thought he was in poor shape before, I mean, I think
He's in shape that's round.
yeah, I think Jim Ross described him as shaped like an appliance. Like,
Fuck yeah.
yeah, let's put Tyson in the ring with CM Punk.
Oh, I would love it.
It was so good. So good.
Speaking of which, does anyone want this stupid sticker?
Yeah, Clump wants the sticker. Or if you
I was going to give it away to a fan, but
Actually,
we don't have any of those.
Clump can have one. Can have mine. Dork Chop, what do you think of CM Punk? Do you have the sticker? Your camera's not even on, Kev.
Nah, it's for the best.
All right.
Oh my god.
So you can't hold it up.
No, I was holding it too.
I know. Actually, in that box, can you see the CM Punk stickers in there?
Why isn't my camera on?
I don't know, man. You haven't turned it on the whole time. I thought it was just a thing, and then I could hear you saying, "Does somebody want this?" And I was like, "That idiot is holding up a sticker to a camera that's off." See, Butterbean just owns a barbecue restaurant now, so he's in his element. That makes sense.
You can't get high on your blood.
It should be on the bottom. Oh my god.
There we go.
There's a lot of stuff in here.
All right, hold it up,
I
Kevin.
got CM.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh, it's blurry.
Oh my god.
You don't need to see the whole thing.
There it goes. There it goes right now.
All right.
Anybody want this? Get it while it's hot. Get it while it's visible.
I don't know where it is.
It's all right. Fine. You put it up. It's fine. Forget it. You can also go to YouTube. Go to WrestlingOnTheRocks.com. Go to our YouTube. You can see our latest unboxing. And you can see the CM Punk sticker there. And know why me and Kevlar are both trying to give our stickers away. He said that would be a good emote. I'm listening. Let's see.
It is like
I think you should turn off your camera. You're when you're streaming with the camera, it's fucking up real bad, but it comes in so clear without it, and it's like getting blurry and cutting you out anyways. So you might as well just cut it. Did you build this one, Clump? Is this one of yours?
What?
He's using an iPhone.
He is now?
Yeah.
I've always used an iPhone.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, no, that was GR Lunar.
Yeah, GR Lunar is the reason all of our mass messages are in green. I hope he liked that clip I sent him earlier. Let's see. That'd be a good emote. It's just a soup can on a string. That's true. So, I mean, I think that's all I had to say about AEW and Mike Tyson. Anything else you guys want to talk about AEW? All right. Christ.
Like what church just gave out.
Welcome to the show where every show's our first show. We figure it out
If
as
anyone
we
has
go along.
recommendations for a fat man-sized gaming chair,
He needs a barrel of hay, it sounds like. I know it seems like, hey, you know, as much as you try and prep and practice, things can go wrong when you're live. That's true, except we don't prep or try or practice or any of those things that would otherwise prevent some of the minor infractions.
was somebody just making popcorn?
Dude, we told him to turn off his camera. What do you think he did? He got up and walked to the kitchen.
I'm right here.
Yeah, you're right there in the kitchen with your phone.
No.
no, there's
Standing next to my fan now.
In your
It turns off.
goddamn microwave.
Oh, he kicked the fan back on? Yeah, fuck it. Perfect.
Fucking sweat.
Yeah, get it back on.
You don't have the camera on. You can take your clothes off. You don't need the fan.
We could.
My clothes are off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's see. All right.
I've only worn a shirt for every show anyways.
Yeah. Like the best thing about being remote, no pants.
Another reason I need to know about a plus-size gaming chair. Something that's got a waterproof seat. Got some butt sweat.
You do seep a lot. Is this the right show?
What? What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the results for SmackDown and I don't... Oh, yeah, there it is. All right. They use pictures that have nothing to do with the show that you're watching. Like, it's... I don't know why they do this.
Okay.
I hate websites. They're all bad. Mm-hmm. This is good. We got a lot of drinking done early on. It's making this show better now.
I tried.
All right. I think that brings us to SmackDown. Was there anything else going on?
Now let's jump into SmackDown.
Clump, what are you...
What are you watching?
You're watching something and you're getting sad. What are you watching, Derek?
No, I'm not getting sad. I legit don't want to... I'm tired of SmackDown. We're going to start talking about something I'm immediately not going to be happy about it.
This is the best part, though. Now you get to shit on my stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what you've been training for, dude. This is you doing fucking cocaine and fucking Mountain Dew, getting all hyped up to let me have it for the show really finally taking a massive shit on everything.
Well, I also got to take a massive shit. Smash burgers, Joe. Smash burgers.
Oh, is that what happened in your chair?
That's why I've had to take a break, and I'm going to have to take another one.
Time out, poop break.
I know. Well, now that Kevlar's camera's off, we have no idea if he's taking a poop break or not.
You have to listen closely.
Yeah. You just all like... Yeah.
Does it sound more echoey?
Yeah, you just like hear him washing his hands after muting. Yeah, I agree with all that.
Yeah. I don't know what you guys talking about, flush.
Yeah. I think it does bring us to SmackDown. So it opened up in a pretty controversial... Yep. Clamp, take it away.
Yep.
It opened in a pretty fucking stupid way.
That's the way to say it.
Yeah.
Wow, you're already
We opened up with
drunk.
a crime scene, a DUI accident with a car with no damage, and we have...
The hood was up. That's
the
damage.
hood was up. We have people yelling and talking, and Jeff Hardy. And then from that moment, I'm like, okay. And then when they get Jeff, he's like, what? And I'm immediately like, dude, what the fuck? Because you can tell immediately what they're trying to play at is the idea that he didn't do this.
Yes.
And as somebody who's sober, as somebody who has issues with compulsion and addiction,
Yes.
I think there's a lot of compelling stories you can tell with the performer's approval regarding these issues. And this isn't a good one. Like, already from the outset, I don't care. Because to me, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, so Jeff got framed, but we're going to immediately go after him because we're going to play out the fact that he's drunk.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
It just feels like we're
Kevin,
minimizing
are you
it.
shaving?
No?
Building a birdhouse.
What the?
Like,
What's
you can
happening?
you can like hear wood being sawed and like nails going in. Like,
I was trying to listen to Club, and then I'm like so distracted by whatever the fuck is happening.
Are you like
Making fresh
reassembling
bread.
children's Christmas toys now?
yeah, he's
I'm
putting.
literally standing here. I haven't moved.
Your job?
What the hell did we hear that?
He's like, I'm standing here in the mechanic shop doing nothing.
Door job.
I'm just standing here working on the transmission.
Yeah. He's Dork Shop says he's finally putting together that IKEA desk.
Yeah.
He's like, well, if the camera's off, I might as well.
Yeah.
Camera's off. I want to make myself a good streaming station.
Do all kinds of things now.
Yeah. And get all sorts of activities done.
But yes.
Yeah, so clearly he's being framed, and they're doing a thing with his background and his history. Sam Roberts made a good argument that it's ultimately a redemption story because clearly he didn't do it. Clearly a villain, and only a villain, would utilize his past for personal or professional gain. And in essence, if you think the storyline sucks because they're using his past for business purposes, you kind of already agree with the presentation that only the villain would try to do that. So I mean, like, I get it, but yeah, it wasn't easy to watch or sit through and get behind.
I see through that, and I think that this is bad storytelling. Like, it makes me think of that Something to Wrestle, where Pritchard and Conrad almost like come to blows.
Oh, with the Scott Hall?
Yeah, pouring beer on Scott Hall, and I'm like, yeah, this is pretty similar.
Yeah.
Because to me, this is also dumb as shit.
Yeah.
Like, I could make an argument for the redemption story. I like that they've been playing the Jeff Hardy documentaries.
Yeah.
But the thing that's unfortunate is those Jeff Hardy documentaries came out, and then he got arrested again.
Yeah, and then they played him again, and it's like,
Oh my god.
God damn it. As we talk about drinking, open up a beer.
That was on purpose. Let you guys know I'm drinking with you.
Yeah, you gotta know. I mean, otherwise, fuck, I'm drinking by myself.
Yeah, that's really fucked up about Jeff. Crap.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate that shit too.
Yeah. Alcoholism sucks. But it just, I feel like they've done good stories of redemption with him before. You could do a character going after him, feuding with him, and calling him a failure.
Dude, and how much effort did they put into this? There's
Too much?
so much production on it. Like, watching it, as I'm watching it and I'm like uncomfortable with it, not feeling it, thinking it's a bit too soon, give the guy some breath. At the same time, I was thinking, they are doing a really fucking good job with this, like as if it's a TV show. They've put a lot of production value into this and really gone above and beyond on this one than they normally do. But fuck, this is the one you guys choose to go above and beyond with?
You can't redo that Gargano Ciampa cinematic match, but we're gonna be like, you know what? We're gonna go full on Game of Thrones war scene budget equivalent for us into this.
Yeah.
You couldn't even wreck a car?
Dude, the doors were open and the hood was popped. That's damage. Everyone knows.
That was the first thing I was like, wait, did they just have someone hit it with a bat? Just dent the damn hood. hit it with Becky's fuck all truck.
That's a good
Not
truck.
using it.
I hope she still keeps it. I hope she has that truck still.
I want to know if she has her CDL.
I hope that was her moving truck.
Yeah, I hope she used that when she moved to Iowa. I also hope that she put a car seat in that truck.
I hope it has baby on board on the back.
Oh yeah. What were you about to say, Kev, about the Jeff Hardy thing?
I was just the TMZ intro to go out.
Did they use the TMZ intro?
No, I'm saying I was waiting for it.
Oh.
Like a ding, ding, ding. You hear first, Jeff Hardy's drunk.
Yeah.
I saw a comment from someone that I kind of thought the same thing, where they honestly thought it was the news for a moment. They were like, "Oh my God, what the hell's happening?"
That's what I mean. They put in so much effort to do that. And they did a good job of confusing you that way. But then you're like, this is what you've invested in?
And I know it's ahead of time, producer. I know this is all filmed ahead of time, but still, timing was not great. There's too much happening in the world right now
for news to pop up suddenly.
More news.
Yeah.
More news. Like, yeah.
Dorkchop says he had the same feeling with the Drake Maverick pandemic layoff storyline, just kind of gross, blurring the lines with reality in a bad way. I could see that. I'm still confused about this Drake Maverick thing, because I'll tell you, I've never wanted to see him win more, and I've never been more impressed with him than I am right now. But I'm starting to really wonder. I'm starting to really wonder about this, and how much of this was a work all along, or how much wasn't. And maybe, because he is older, maybe this is truly going to be his retirement storyline. And if that's true, then cool. But I mean, I don't know, man. I got mixed feelings on it for sure.
It feels weird with Drake. Like, if it's him coming back in and he roared through to a second run, then was this a work?
I think the most important thing is that as soon as it's done and he's either won or lost that title, he needs to be the next guest on After the Bell. And needs to fucking explain how this all happened.
Yeah.
You know? Fucking talk to me.
See, I'm thinking it was a release. He's that good an actor. And he gained steam, like all the social media stuff, and then WWE said, "All right, hold on, let's see where this goes."
That's kind of my gut too. I get the impression that he was really let go, and he was all like, I've got nothing to lose, but I could potentially get the entire WWE universe behind me, and win or lose, I'll have a following. You know what I mean? Like, if he truly is gone, people are going to pay attention to him on the indies. Where some of the names that went, no one's even paying attention to. Does anybody know what happened to Ascension, or where they went, or why, or no one cares. No one's looking. But people are searching Maverick. So I think that he was really, my gut tells me he was really in a situation of, I got nothing to lose, and I got to take some fans with me when I go. I'm all in on this, and did this thing. And I think it put them in a position where they're like, well, shit, are we really gonna let this guy go now? He's got a lot of heat behind him.
Yeah, that's my feeling. And I think that was his insurance policy.
Yeah.
Because he releases that little video out. What's the worst that's going to happen from that?
Yeah.
They're going to fire him twice? They can't do that.
Exactly.
So, hey, here's my insurance policy. I'll get a following, and I'm on the indies. I'm getting paid.
Yeah, and at the same time, his dream was to be in WWE, and if he does this right, they're going to be in a position where they really can't let him go. Plus, they just let a lot of other people go. You know what I mean? They let Gronk go now. So, I mean, some money has freed up, Well,
Gronk returned to the NFL.
Yeah, but he was finally officially released from WWE.
Yeah.
So he's no longer in that WWE
money. Kurt Angle was released, by the way.
He was. Now he's just come back. So that's what I mean. Maverick may have been towing the line there and may have done it all the right way, where other people didn't get it that same way. You know what I mean? And also didn't have the opportunity he had. Maybe he truly knew. They said, hey, we want to keep you in the round robin tournament because the way we've booked it all ready to go. So you'll have those 3 matches and we'll just make sure they're good matches. And he was all like, yeah. Or every fan in the world wants me to win this thing. Now what?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Let's see. They had that segment in the back with with AJ and Daniel Bryan trying to figure their spot. I really liked AJ telling Daniel Bryan he was an idiot.
That was awesome.
So good. You're stupid. It's you and me in the finals. It's the match everyone wants anyways.
Yeah, we're here. Don't be dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome. Let's see. So they had that Battle Royal, which wasn't bad. Let's see. Sheamus won it. That was kind of cool. And so then he had a match with Daniel Bryan later. Let's see. Lacey Evans versus Sonya Deville.
Sonya had a cool smack.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, she hit Lacey pretty good in the face.
Okay.
Huh?
I don't remember the spot you're talking about, but Sonya got a really good smack on Lacey?
Yeah, the face. Yeah.
Right in the face?
Yep.
It sounds good.
Yeah, that's all I remember from that match.
I remember thinking it was a good match.
I like they're trying to make Lacey, I think, a little less strippery.
Yes. They're trying to pull away from the stripper-like attitude and presentation of Lacey Evans, which I think is smart, because I think that's how they should have been booking her all along.
But they need to have her stop pausing as she's getting into the ring.
Yeah.
I honestly think that it's habit for her. I think that she's been doing that gimmick for so long, maybe from NXT, that she's trying to, like, you could tell she's taking a minute and just, like, flexing, you know, because I don't think she knows what else to do.
I think she doesn't see that as a stripper thing, which it totally is. And I think she sees it as like a pinup thing, which I don't think she understands what the pinups were for.
Yeah, that's historical.
Yeah. There was a use and a utility for the pinups.
Like, they're like the early strippers, if you will. The pinup burlesque is very much the early version of the stripper.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Which...
Yeah.
Cool in a different atmosphere.
Oh, yeah, Clumpy.
Okay, forget it.
Oh, yeah.
Is that fucking woodpecker?
What are you doing?
Where'd you get a woodpecker from, Clump? Put it back.
What's happening?
Put your pecker away.
Well, right now I'm making like butt tomato soup every 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not strained.
I like that I got a good reaction out of Kevin.
Yeah. He's like, oh.
And, well, I get yelled at for having a goddamn fan on, and you're over there taking a shit, and we're good with it.
Yeah, you're spritzing
I'm not
your
taking
chair.
my headphone on when I take a shit. I'm very careful about the noise.
Easy, quietly.
Just
All
sounds
right.
like a stream trickling out.
So SmackDown was not all bad. The Tag Team Summit with Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, New Day, Bayley, and Sasha.
You had to think about that.
I'm like staring at Nikki's face, being like, "Who's Alexa's best friend's name?"
Oh, it's so sad.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's sad.
You did it. I didn't book you that way,
I know.
fucker.
Hey.
Just kidding.
What the hell?
Kidding. Nikki, I've had a few drinks.
And we still-
AEW has that effect.
Yes. Yeah, we talked about AEW first. How do you think we got here?
We need to go.
Dork-
We're coherent by then.
yeah. Let's see. Dorkchop says there have been strippers since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
Amen.
If anything, we were always strippers initially. The clothes were the new ones.
That's true.
Yeah. See?
People went to places where people put clothes on.
Ooh.
Like, ooh.
These weird bastards.
Let's see. It did end up in an Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks match, which I thought was a really good match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I think Nikki needs to be on commentary every week.
You know what's funny is think about it. Like a month ago, you and I were talking about how much we hated Nikki on commentary.
Yeah.
And this week she was hysterical with Bayley. Them going back and forth, and Michael Cole and Graves trying not to laugh hysterically on air, and they couldn't keep their shit together. It was so funny. I couldn't.
Now there's one of the camera angles they used. You know, they showed Nikki and Michael Cole's. He's lost it.
Yeah, he's red, face down.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's one too where Bayley's screams something at at Nikki. She's constantly telling her to sit down. It was so funny. Every time she went, sit down! Oh, you just start laughing. And she's like, you can't tell me what to do! And then at one point she says something like, I'll protect you, Michael. Everyone leave Michael alone. And like she starts patting the top of his head. And when she starts patting the top of his head, I think, there's a quick snippet where Graves pushes away from the desk. And you can kind of see it. He's getting behind Bayley so he could not be in camera shot while he just laughs. Because he's dying. Let's see. Nikki and Bayley yelling at each other over Cole was hilarious. Yeah, dude, I was dying during that. And then at some point, Graves start to say something, and you just hear Nikki and Bayley start yelling again, and you just hear or Graves being like, well, and then you just hear Cole being like, don't try. Like, he's like, there's no point. Like,
I'd give up.
yeah, he's like, there's no point. So funny.
I even like the minutes where Nikki didn't have her headset on.
Yeah.
And, you know, you could still hear her yelling. And everyone's like, no one can hear you. You need to put that thing on. And
yeah. It was really good. And there was one point where I said, I feel bad at how much I'm loving the commentary right now. Because I do feel like it's taking away from the match a little bit. And the match was so good. But it just, when I look back on it, it just made the entire segment just golden. Just a perfect segment.
No, I think that was definitely the highlight of SmackDown.
Yeah. It was so good. I want to rewatch that whole segment again just because so funny. And then at one point, Bayley stands up and yells at Nikki to sit down. Nikki says, you can't tell me what to do. And Bayley just kind of like puts her head down and slowly sits down and just kind of like nods. Just kind of like putting her place in the way. It's so funny.
Sasha had her Hannah armband.
Sasha was wearing a Hannah armband as well. That's right.
Yeah.
And how good was Banks looking and doing in just like sweatpants and sneakers? I was really impressed by that too.
The comfy gear.
Yeah. Yeah, like she just like rolled out of bed and be like, I could still probably do this the best. Like, oh shit.
It's like how I wrestle my boys on the trampoline.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. There was that. Cesaro versus Shorty G. I don't remember even watching the match, but I bet you it was good. I think I might have been pooping. Oh, Mandy Rose and Otis.
Whoa.
Oh.
I heard a shift.
What?
I heard a shift.
Maybe. Lots happening down here under the table.
I said, eh.
Yeah, but I also gurgled.
I didn't go,
Yeah. What do you think about the dynamic of having Otis be the Phoebe Cates in this situation? Good. This
I
is
didn't
dumb.
so weird.
You thought it was weird? It was weird at first to me, but I think that it works really well. It kind of makes the whole thing... I mean, it's all funny anyways. The idea of the whole story that they've had. I like the idea of Mandy being a little more involved in that side of the comedy where it's all like Mandy's infatuated with Otis at this point. Like, I like it. It's a nice display on there that we wouldn't typically see, you know? Turn it on his head a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yep, here Dork Chop says Fast Times at Otis Mont High. And said it's a good trope subversion and love that Mandy is super into Otis. Yeah, I like that, you know, Otis is doing the whole Phoebe Cates thing, coming out and taking his shirt off, and she's all like, oh my god. Like, it's cool. I dig it. Clump, you still...
With
Huh.
us.
What are you doing?
Watching something else.
He's watching.
He's trying to...
I was looking at Shopline.
Ooh, dude, you see the Rock and Stock Connection jacket on there?
Yeah.
I want that one so bad, dude. That one, there's like a Bret Hart one, or Hart Foundation one I want. Dude, there's so much on Chalkline I look at and go, fuck.
Good thing your birthday's coming up.
Yeah, people are just going to buy me hundreds of dollars worth of 3 jackets.
Don't we share a birthday?
I think that's true.
It's early.
Yeah.
Early next month.
Yeah, I think Clump and I and Bret Hart and Charles
You guys
Robinson.
figured this out.
Yeah, I think we all share a
Like
birthday.
around the first of that?
It's not on the first, but yeah.
Oh yeah, your birthday is the same as Robinson.
Yeah, mine's same as Robinson. And,
That's the same as Dan Aykroyd.
oh, what a letdown.
We were talking about some.
Yeah, mine's same as Charles Robinson and Bret Hart.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. Oh my God! Thanks for hanging with us, Dork Chop. This is great.
Oh, God damn it.
Let me see. Dana Bryan versus Sheamus was pretty good. Let's see. Dana Bryan wins, right? Yep. So we're gonna get Dana Bryan versus AJ for the Intercontinental title. I think that's really fucking cool. And that's kind of how we ended SmackDown.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, Gulak's not back on the show yet, right?
Gulak is back. He was there. He wasn't. I don't think, was he even in the Battle Royal?
Because I don't remember seeing.
But
He was definitely backstage. We saw him in the big hoorah where everyone's like talking about what they're gonna do.
Okay.
it's weird that Kurt Angle's back in so many things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that happened on SmackDown too, right? Matt Riddle's coming back. He's coming to SmackDown, and it looks like Kurt Angle's gonna manage him. I think that's really good. I think that's gonna be great. I think that provides a level of, I think it provides a level of notoriety and credibility to Matt Riddle. Not saying that he doesn't have any credibility on his own, but he does come off as really kind of goofy, and so did Kurt Angle. But Kurt Angle was a goofy dude who you were afraid to be in the ring with because he could beat the shit out of you. And I think that Matt Riddle is really close to that. And I think that I think Matt Riddle's really close to that. I think with being a Kurt Angle is going to solidify that to an audience who doesn't otherwise know Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
You know?
I get that.
So I don't want to undervalue Matt Riddle in this one, especially coming out of his storyline with Thatcher, which was all comedy with the most brutal match at the end of it I've ever seen. So it's
This
like,
doesn't feel
okay.
like the rest of this.
Exactly. But when you look at the ratings, it's easy to see that not even half the people who watch SmackDown are watching NXT. So there's a huge audience there who has no idea who the fuck Matt Riddle is.
Yeah.
This is going to be a really good way for them to usher him in quickly with, yes, he's funny and weird and dumb, but he's a badass. And Kurt Angle believes in him, so you better goddamn well too, you know?
Yeah.
Or kick off at Sam.
What? 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 I only got a couple syllables out of that. Dork Chop says he's just a bro and he'll kick your fucking teeth in. Harmless Demon says he's underwater. That actually makes the most sense. Pinocchio!
Where's Bianca Belair?
Yeah, Bianca Belair's been absent.
That's unfortunate that she's getting no time since she came up and they attached her to Street Profits.
Whoa.
Yep, and then they pulled her right away from them.
Which I'm happy because that's god awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they've thrown her away. She's not appearing.
Like, you guys don't click well, you're dead to us.
Hopefully
Fuck!
not. I love
They're
seeing-
doing great. Let's bring you in. This will be fantastic. This isn't working out. Oh, so I get to do my own thing? Sure. At home.
Yeah. You can keep making the gear. Did you guys both get to watch Raw?
Yes.
Kevlar, what'd you think of Raw?
You say get to like it's a privilege.
I meant like get around to.
Okay. Just checking.
It wasn't very good.
Can I ask a question?
Yes. Is it
I
on
did
shit?
not watch Raw.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He's like,
Are
can
the
I
Street
go now?
Profits and the Viking
Yes,
Raiders
we can
now
go from-
having a match?
It's like, I'm just gonna say it outright.
Yeah, he goes, I did not watch Raw. Can I go now? He just hangs up.
I have to make more butt tomato soup.
Yes. The question, can I go home?
I bet he was deciding whether or not to look all this shit up right now,
Yeah.
or just ask.
I already had it pulled up. My question is, because I haven't opened up the tab for it,
Yeah.
and I'm about to open it up, did Street Profits and Viking, whatever the fuck they are, have a match?
They had a bowling match.
Motherfucker.
They bowled in a
God
bowling
damn it,
alley.
that's the graphic they have.
Guess what they found stuck in the bowling ball return? A turkey leg.
I'm not even going to ask. I'm just leaving.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's yeah, it was bad, man. And then so when I was thinking about it coming into it, I was like,
laugh
wow.
at this shit.
No, I was laughing at Dork Shop. It just spells out turkey leg in all caps with the spaces, so it just takes up a bunch of space. Turkey leg. As we were getting ready to watch Raw, I was all like, God damn it. And producer's like, what? And I was like, I just realized the only thing I give a shit about on Raw is Seth Rollins and Edge. I was like, that's 3 hours of other shit we have to watch. Like,
Ugh.
It's true.
I think Seth Rollins is the highlight of the show right now, which is remarkable given how I felt about him less than 2 years ago.
Yeah. Last year.
Yeah, last year I couldn't stand him. I thought he was so bland. And this year I'm like, he's the most compelling character on Raw.
Apollo Crews.
Nope.
Was good.
Apollo Crews is nice, but I mean, it's cool for him, but there's not a lot of story there. They're not doing much with the story there. There's a lot of story to be had there, but they're not doing much with it. It's just, hey, I'm a happy guy. I got the title. I'm really excited. I feel lucky. I'm going to give everyone a shot. Okay. You know what I mean? It's bland.
Okay. I'm sick. The champions keep challenging people.
Yes. Stop. Protect
Yeah.
your title, man. Make it mean something. Does it have value to you at all? Do you not give a shit if
Yeah.
you lose it? Like, want
Or
to
if
hold
you're-
it.
Or if you're that focused on it, where you're like, yeah, I'll challenge people, have it mean something. I've always wanted to have a match with this person. I've never been in a spot to challenge them for something.
Yeah.
I want to have this match with you. I will let you have a shot at my championship belt if you will let me wrestle you.
Yeah, I mean, that's even an interesting take on it that I'd be okay with. But yeah, it just comes off like Kevlar said. Every champion in every fucking company is all like, all you got to do is ask. What?
Not Naito.
What?
Not Tetsuya Naito. The best champion.
Is that the one who pulls his eyeball out?
Yeah. Do you know where that comes out? Like what that comes out of?
No.
When he was wrestling in CMLL in
Skull?
Mexico, there was a lot of kind of racist, like where people would do eyes to him.
What?
So he started doing that
Like
as
this?
part of being Los Ingobernables. He would do the eye thing, but it came out of like a response to people like pointing at his eyes.
Wow.
Speaking of that, I kind of was surprised that we didn't see something like that on Raw from.
With Naya?
She was fucking wow.
What the fuck was that shit with Naya? He's like, Japanese. I was like,
You gotta explain this because Clump didn't see it, so.
Oh, he's looking it up right now. Look up Nia Jax, heavily racist. It'll pop right up.
I didn't
You have to
look-
narrow the search down a little more.
Narrow it down. Yeah, use more keywords. And see if you can look up Nia Jax's promo on Raw this week.
I got something.
Yeah,
I'm gonna mute myself so I can watch this.
yeah, I get it. But I mean, Kevlar, you watched Raw. Is there anything outside of and Dorkchop said it very well in here? Seth is such a shit babyface, but he's a great heel, and I think that's true. I think a lot of it comes from with as good a guy as Seth Rollins is. I think that his joy and
It doesn't
appreciation... It doesn't translate into the babyface thing. His babyface persona is always just happy to be here, just happy to fight for you, which is probably how he truly feels. But that's so surface level, it doesn't translate into a deeper rooted story on, like, he's not connecting with the fans as I am one of you, no matter how hard they've tried. And I even talked about it when we didn't like him, was at how crazy it was to me that we weren't behind him, given everything we knew about him. I was like, he's one of us. He is our champion. Why do we hate him as our champion?
Fans fan.
Yeah, he's the fans fan who finally did it. But as a heel, he can really delve into a character that's a little bit further from himself. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's so protecting himself that he can't give over too much of himself in the face persona, you know?
Club just
Yeah, it's good stuff, huh?
What the fuck? That's not good.
Yeah, it's good stuff, right? Exciting.
That's so... I can't... Like, that entire promo, I, like, skimmed through, I was like, wait. And I love, like... I don't think that was acting heat. That was like, shut the fuck up heat.
Yeah.
Was like, I was waiting for someone to yell out, you fat bitch.
Yeah, exactly. People felt mad, yeah. Did you catch the spot? There's a clip, I don't know if you saw it on Twitter or not, of Nia throwing Kairi Sane into the steps.
Yeah, I saw she got some blood.
Yeah, she got fucking busted open again. I think we are now at 100% success rate for Nia injuring Kairi Sane in every match she's ever been in with her.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why they keep pairing the two.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah.
Who did Kairi Sane piss off that were like, we're going to destroy you?
Yeah.
You can be a ragdoll, right?
Yo, and here's the other thing that, like, pisses me off is, remember... What was it? Right when Ronda Rousey was talking shit and everyone's losing their mind about it this last time, and Nia Jax came out and said that she protected Alexa Bliss because she was in a storyline with someone who I won't say who, but she's a real tough fighter, and Lexi just kept getting hurt, and she's like, and I stood up for her and I said, no, you're not going to go out there and just keep getting hurt. That's bullshit. That person's unsafe. You can't work with them. They're not safe. And then I said to put me in with that person so that way, you know, I can take it. So she has this whole fucking thing where she's Alexa Bliss's hero. And then here she is legitimately hurting Kairi Sane in every match.
I wish they had someone that was like, I don't know, larger than Nia but could actually wrestle so that she could just turn Nia into a ragdoll.
Ooh, that's the Mike Tyson match we need.
Well, we already had Randy Orton
I
last
like
year.
the way that was phrased very politically.
Yeah.
What? I'm serious.
I want somebody who's larger than Nia.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was why they paired her, like, put her into the men's Royal Rumble. I was like, cool, these people can fuck you up.
No, get some like China-esque woman, you know? Someone that you're like, oh, you don't want to fuck with her.
Yeah, remember that Nicole lady?
Nicole Bass.
Yeah. She was terrifying.
With the wonky eye.
Yeah. Dork Chop was excited about Clump's cat that came and went. Also says, stop booking them together, Jesus. And then
Me and my cat, or like Nia and Kari?
Probably all of it. Because you may have... I was hesitant thinking you were going to wipe your ass with the cat. That's why I thought that's why it's there. Dork Chop says...
you.
Yeah. It says Nia versus Goldberg in a who will kill who match. Yeah, who can do the most physical damage and permanent damage. But, fuck, dude. And then that promo she did. And yeah, as we're watching, the producer just kind of goes like, oh my God, I can't believe she didn't, like, start messing with her eyes. And I was like, it felt close. Yeah, it felt borderline. Like, she was going to start doing, like, some physical shit.
Pretty horrible.
Yeah.
It felt like something like one of our elementary school teachers would say. You know, like
What
something
the
that
fuck
does not
school
age
did you
well.
go to?
That's a good point. What school did you go to, Clump?
Racism high?
No, you said elementary.
Yeah, racism primary?
Yeah. Racism K through 12.
K through KK.
Yeah. Dorkchef says actual Botchamania. Nia versus Goldberg.
That would definitely be a main event.
Yeah. A must
Don't
miss.
you want her to like roll her ankle like that one female wrestler from that GIF you send me?
Oh,
Like,
yeah. There's this one lady
No.
who is larger than Nia who was doing like a cannonball to the outside of the ring onto like someone who's very small. And as it's happening, you're like, no! And she does it, and then you just hear the pop.
Oh, no.
Just
And her
a
knee
clean
just
snap
folds.
as her whole leg just rips off of itself effectively.
Like it was like,
Gross.
has producer ever seen when Sid tried to do the jumping drop kick?
I think I did show
Yes.
her, where he jumps down and he's like, ugh.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, she looked away immediately,
It's
but at least his foot was held together by a boot. Her leg was held together by is what the best that Fabletics could do, I suppose. She's being held together by Spanx and rips her knee right out.
It's awful.
I did think that Nia turning her knees into powder would have been a longer ongoing issue that could potentially save a lot of lives, and apparently it did not. But rest assured, she will turn those knees to powder again. That much I promise.
Western medicine.
Western medicine. Yeah. Kevin's like, God bless the USA right there.
I just want to
We'll
know.
get you walking again.
We need a translator to figure out if Asuka or Kyrie yelled some horrible shit to Nia. I'd love to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
You fat bitch!
What the fuck?
You fucking bitch!
Yeah. Easy peasy.
Wait, never mind.
Yeah. Let's see, Dorkshop says Nia will be a cyborg by the end of her run with all her replacement parts. She's gonna straight Borg up, dude. Let's see. I did really like Kevin Owens versus Apollo Crews. I thought that was a great match. I did not like the tag match that followed.
No, that was. I think WWE is in a spot that they have such a small talent pool right now.
Exactly. And I've been trying to be nice to both them and AEW, to be honest, in the regards of we're seeing a lot of repetitive matches, and how many times can we get the same person to wrestle in as many matches as possible in one night? Because they do have such a small talent pool right now. And I'm trying so hard to not hold that against either company, because I think it's such a circumstantial thing. But it's hard not to let it affect you after a while. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, man. I know we've only got a few people, but shit. It's hard to keep watching right now.
But see, my thing is,
Go ahead, Kev.
my thing is that a lot of their matches are taped.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be fresh. You don't have to have, two people fighting.
Yeah. I
That's
agree.
why Charlotte's everywhere.
Yeah, Charlotte's fucking everywhere. What were you going to say, Clump?
I was gonna say this is more of a WWE critique, because WWE has a large roster. Is it really a fair use of people to have 4 reasonably talented individuals you have fucking bowling?
Yeah. No, that's to me a misfire, but I mean, people are liking
Next, they're
it.
going to take the driving test.
A driving test?
Yeah.
Ugh.
See if they can bring a truck into the arena.
We both sighed at the same time.
Yeah, because it sounds like it's possible. That's the worst part. See, both companies are treading water, but could be using the opportunity to get their people they have over and building a middle card. Yeah, they could. They've I mean, they could, but they're just not, and I don't know. It is definitely frustrating. Yeah, and I agree. Like, why do we have fucking bowling matches and mini golfing and stuff when you have people who are exciting to watch in the ring? But at the same time, if I'm getting tired of seeing these other people in the ring, at least I'm going to be excited when these teams finally get in the ring. You know what I mean? Like, we're seeing a bunch of them, but not wrestling, and it's like, I don't know. And people like it, dude. I don't. It doesn't sound like you guys like those things either. But I watch the Twitter sphere and shit, and those people are loving it. This is so funny. It's so good.
But they're dumb.
They are, dude. They're the worst.
I think what's funny is good, but it's been going on.
I watched Raw on Hulu.
Oh.
I missed the mini golf and the bowling shit.
Lucky.
So fucking lucky.
I'm watching it on Hulu from now on.
Yeah. I mean, Hulu's like going to be the best way to actually digest Raw now, which is funny because the whole reason we moved up away from Hulu was because it cut out so much. And now we're like, is there any way I can get like a, abridged version of this?
Can I get a clean 10?
Yeah.
But also, to be fair, this is not a WWE thing. This is a USA thing. USA streaming is a god-awful app.
It's bad. The audio's bad.
And their ads suck.
Yeah. There was once I saw the same ad 3 times in a row for entire commercial break.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I said once, but it was more than once.
Yeah. I've been through that too. I'm like, did we just watch this Samsung netbook ad? Oh, we're watching it again. Oh, a third time.
Yeah, oh, here we go again. Dorkshop says those skits are more like social media type content. Keep the bowling on Twitter, whatever. I agree.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not into it. It feels like a WWE.com thing, but like, at the same time,
exclusive content.
Yeah, but at the same time, I do also feel like that. Sometimes these shows feel a little wrestling heavy, which is a little crazy to say, but it's sometimes like, especially watching NXT when this all first happened, I was like, fuck, that was like 2 hours of wrestling with no promos. Fuck, I'm exhausted from this. Like, I feel like there is a need to shake it up on these, especially in Raw that's 3 hours. Then they just fucking added Raw Talk, so they added a 4th hour of just promos. Like, what the fuck? But I do get that you also can do too much wrestling too, I feel.
I feel like this could be like a show on Netflix or a show on another network that's almost like, let's bring these guys out to do weird tasks. Like a weird, funny WWE skit show. Like I would be cool with like wrestling bowling. Like all-star wrestling bowling.
You're really good with coming up with names.
You know what they need to do? Is cross-promote with Fox and put the Viking Raiders and the Street Profits on Ultimate Tag.
Yes.
Oh, I'd be into that.
That'd be good.
I know.
Or is there like an ultimate dodgeball in that sequence?
No.
Because I could totally be into that.
Yeah.
I thought of a better name.
Did you? Let's hear it. I mean, I don't know how you could. I mean, it was so good to start with. I don't know how you top it.
No holds bold. I got a giggle.
Let's see. Dorkchop says he misses Steve Austin dressing up as a doctor and smashing Vince over the head with the bedpan in a hospital bed.
Ever.
Let's see. WWE and American Ninja Warrior. Or Miz is on that new one, Cannonball.
Yeah.
You can put the guys in there, Yeah.
You do American Gladiators with them. There's not a lot of
Ultimate Tag.
Gladiator has to do.
Yeah, but Ultimate Tag, you ever seen those commercials? It's kind of American Gladiator style, but with parkour tag. Like, that could be really fun to watch. Especially with those guys.
They just need somebody shooting the tennis ball cannon.
Yeah.
I always loved watching it. What part of steroids makes this man better at firing tennis balls at people?
Dude, they looked always so insane up there. So good. Let's see. Nikki.
I love the weird 1980s black and white grid of it all. Like the set.
What's that?
like for American Gladiators, how everything was this gray and white grid geometric thing.
I'm pretty sure that's not the case. You had a broken TV, it sounds like. I remember a lot of colors.
It was also the next
I
conversion.
think he means like Tron style.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Los Gladiadores de Mexico.
Let's see. Nikki Cross and Billy Kay I thought was terrible. Here's the thing too, is I'm really happy the women's tag title is getting a little bit of a shine right now. But god damn it, do we really need the Iconics to do this? It's just so brutal to watch them and listen to them.
But what up are there?
I'm gonna need you to try that one again.
Tagged there.
I heard tagged her.
Tagged her? What was
The
that?
wags.
Alright, he's underwater or something.
And that one sounded like a walkie-talkie at the end. That was crazy. Let's see.
How do you feel about
I thought he said
Iconic
hit it and
elbow?
quit it.
What the fuck's the Iconic elbow?
Oh yeah.
What's...
She did like The Rock's People's Elbow.
Ugh.
Because Billy Kay's favorite wrestler is The Rock.
Go fuck herself. Get out of here
Hey.
with that.
Ah,
Dude, and then
No.
they took the club's magic killer move and they do it horribly. God damn it.
hey, we don't give Bailey shit for doing the Randy Savage elbow.
Because she nails it and looks good doing it.
Yeah, she does
It's
it well.
not.
She does it well. I think that's the requirement.
The People's Elbow is a dog shit move when done. It's just her being dog shit doing it. So it's
And
double
she
dog shit,
looked
it's
worse
fine.
at a dog shit move.
Good point, Club.
Dorkchop says it was
Didn't
hilarious
think
at how bad it was. He
Thank
goes, you
you.
didn't see her do the pose and then hit her shitty elbow drop? Dorkchop, how good is Bailey's elbow drop? Off the top, macho style. Man, she's coming out fucking
7 of 10.
sideways. Pow!
7 of 10.
And there you go, Clump. Dorkchop hooked you up with the
Yeah, he sent you the clip.
how bad it is. Watch it on
Oh
mute.
shit! God damn it, Eric! Why did I do that?
Oh no.
What'd he do?
He opened up Pornhub.
What?
Oh my
No,
god,
no,
that
no.
was bad.
What the fuck?
Ugh.
What'd you
I accidentally closed out of the chat.
Oh, you shut it out? It's
Did you
alright.
see it?
I watched
chat,
it.
send it again.
I watched the video. It was bad. Dorkchop says Bailey hits that elbow nice. Yeah, see, Clump? Go clump yourself.
Oh. Corey Sane's better.
It's Kari Sane's is different.
Fuck you.
I liked the Rey Mysterio stuff. Did you guys notice Rey Mysterio did exactly the thing I asked him to do and put a screen over the eye on his mask?
That is true.
He did it. You heard it here first. Kevlar, you can confirm. You're pooping, aren't you?
No, I'm right now. Sitting on my still.
Yeah. Let's see, Kari Sane versus Nia Jax. Did you guys like the Rey Mysterio stuff? I'm excited to see what happens with Dominic. I liked what he was doing there. I thought Dominic did a good job.
Looks like he's working out a little bit. He looks a little less pudgy.
Soft.
Yeah. What?
Oh shit, we lost Kev.
No, I get you. He does look like he's working out. He's been training, but no, he just looks a little. He's got a bumping body.
There you go. He's got, yeah, I mean, that's a real thing, and they talk about that. Even if you look at The Rock, before he left, he had water weight. Because if you're gonna be taking bumps all the time, you can't just have zero body fat and expect it not to affect you differently.
Yeah. You want to look like Trevor Murdoch and have that lead belly.
Yeah.
That's Street Profits guy.
Is Kevin's
Montez?
camera in his butthole?
No.
Yeah, it's fine. Let him put it in there.
Yeah.
You're just jealous, Clump.
Yes.
Because yours wouldn't stay in place.
Can you go in deeper, Kevin, so we can see like where the impaction is?
What is happening?
I can see the fissures.
Kevlar's got like.
I see a light bulb.
What?
I don't know what I'm looking at in Kevlar's
Yeah, it's good. No, I'm into it.
George Charles' Kev's doing the JR colonoscopy.
Yeah, Jay's doing the JR colonoscopy pit.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He's in it.
No.
We're gonna get a mannequin head of Kevin.
I've been trying to turn it on.
Is it? Huh. Let's see. Randy Orton. Or what do you guys think of Nia Jax coming out during the Asuka match?
Did she come? She came out in Asuka paint, right?
Yeah. They played
Just
Asuka's
like-
music, and then she comes out with Asuka's mask on and is dancing. She takes out the mask. She's got the paint on.
Is it like somebody's like that was maybe too shitty? Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's do something worse so we forget the other thing.
Yeah. No, it made me pretty mad at Nia. She's got to go, dude.
But
See, I liked it because I thought
you?
it brought some serious heel heat to her.
yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. A lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, well, if you're mad, that's the point. That's exactly what they wanted." Yeah.
I probably didn't like it because it was a good thing for Nia.
Okay.
At least you're open about your
Yeah,
biases.
because I don't disagree with Kevlar. That was great for her. It did bring heat, and it was notable and picture-worthy. And I want nothing but the least amount of success possible for Nia Jax, where she disappears forever.
Yeah, if she went back to modeling, I'd be pretty happy. Have her go back to just doing modeling.
Sure, let her have a hack at that. That's fine.
She's good at it.
She's definitely good at standing in a place and not moving.
Stop.
That's what happens in modeling. I was a
No.
compliment.
No,
Don't talk.
They walk on a runway. That's what happened.
She needs
Stop.
quite a runway.
It's one of those ones that flies out 747s.
Yeah. One of those plane types. Let's see. So confused about that finish. Didn't they ring the bell for no reason? I mean, the idea was they rang the bell because of count out. Asuka was counted out.
Is the phone falling?
He's washing dishes now. Obviously. Let's see. He's got nothing.
Gotta get my chores done.
Yeah. Gotta get my chores done before bed. Jeez. The bell rang before Nia came out.
Fucking
to the
savages.
straws, but I didn't see a pin or anything. It was a count out. They did.
But it was a quick count out.
It was a quick count out. It was a little bit rushed, and they weren't very loud about it, and all of that is true. But that's where they were going with it. Because you could even see that they ring the bell. Asuka turns around to look like she should run back in the ring, and then kind of goes like, "Fuck it, it's too late." And then it was too late for her when she turned back anyways. That was what they were going for. They did a bad job presenting it. I can agree with that entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad on the production side for sure. So, the ref wasn't loud enough. They weren't clear enough. They weren't even on commentary saying, like, she's going to get counted out if she's not careful. You know, they're already at an 8 count. Like, they did none of that. They did a bad job of presenting you what was happening, but that was what it was. But you liked the face paint stuff, Kev?
Yeah, I did.
Are you going to get that Nia Jax figure that comes with the Oscar face paint?
I can paint one up for you.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to get 2.
Yeah.
Get it to you next week.
You mean next year?
No, I want to get yours done first.
It was otherwise a decent match, though, with Charlotte and Asuka.
I kind of didn't watch it.
Yeah, I really wasn't excited about watching it, and I kind of was trying to half-ass watch it, but it pulled me in at a certain point. Asuka was doing really good. So it's just, it kind of goes to show over and over again, it really depends on who they put Charlotte with, because she will steamroll people who look up to her. She will not put over people who don't force her to. And she doesn't make someone else look good in the ring. So it's really particular. She has great matches with otherwise great people. And that's kind of what we've been saying for a long time. And that's kind of how I feel. And I feel like this is just another example of that. Her match with Bayley was incredible. This match was really good. Her match with Io sucked. Her match with Mia sucked. Like, all her matches with Lacey were awful.
You didn't like her promo. I do remember that.
Charlotte's promo?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, you were pretty upset with that.
What did she say or do?
She was saying, Asuka's trying to be like me. She's
Oh.
Grand Slam. I'm a Grand Slam.
Yeah, but she wasn't. Yeah, she's like, oh, look, Asuka's a Grand Slam champion. It's like she's trying to follow in my footsteps, but you're not a Grand Slam champion. And also, I mean, she said something like, Asuka has the longest title reign of anyone in WWE history in the modern era or whatever. And then it was like, yeah, and you don't have anywhere near that. Like, you've got the shortest title reigns of every woman who's held the title apart from Sasha.
That's why I hate her 13 reigns.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, every time she's like a utility champion to get the title to someone else.
I think they're just building her to beat her dad, and then she's going to retire.
Yeah. Let's see. Dorkchop says Kev's going to get that Asuka paint as a face tattoo. Let's see. Charlotte and Asuka never disappoint together. I put that more on Asuka, though, and I agree with that. Although, I do remember being really disappointed in the WrestleMania match they had. But I do think that's because we knew what was going to happen, and we were really upset about it from the get. Because remember, you and I were watching it, Kev, we were really upset. We're like, this is so fucked up. They're going to give Charlotte this stupid fucking win and ruin the legacy of Asuka. Or not the legacy of Asuka, but the build of Asuka. Like, when she doesn't need it. It didn't do anything for her.
It didn't do anything, but I remember thinking, if WWE knocks out Asuka's streak immediately, they could do something with that, and they didn't. They just kind of rushed it under the rug.
Yeah, they didn't do anything with either side of it. And that's what I was saying, too, is that it negates the stuff that they do in NXT. Because at the time, remember, we kept saying that no matter who it is, from NXT to the main roster, they erase NXT every time. Like, it doesn't matter, and you're not as good anymore. But like you said, they could have done something big with that, where she had this big streak, and then it's like, you're up on top now. It's not going to be that easy anymore. But they didn't do anything like that either.
Yeah. I was waiting for Asuka, like, Daniel Bryan underdog. Like, all right, I figured it out in the minors. Now that I'm in the majors, I have to work harder to have to do this. And they just kind of like, she lost. That's it. Charlotte did it.
Yeah. Woo. Woo. Yeah.
Bedtime.
Yeah. Gotta get my chores done. I really liked Orton and Edge. I thought they did a good job doing their thing.
I think they did a good, introduction of, I like Shawn Michaels jumping in there.
That was interesting. And this is definitely going to be the greatest wrestling match ever. This is the greatest show.
See, I didn't like Shawn Michaels talking about it.
I was expecting more out of it, to be honest.
Yeah, it just... I was waiting for, hey, I faced both of them. I did this, blah, blah, blah. He's technical, he's not. And it was just kind of like, all right, I'm picking this guy. He's my horse.
Yeah, it was, I'm picking this guy, and don't forget all of my WrestleMania matches. They're probably better than this match is going to be.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, dude.
No down. So.
Yeah. Although, I'll tell you, with them promoting the shit out of this is the greatest show ever.
Wrestling match.
It's going to be the greatest wrestling match ever. The way they keep pushing that, and they're playing the fucking song. Dude, this has to be an awful match to be good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's got to be. It's got to be like a 10-second, one move, match over, and then immediately, instead of playing the winner's music, they play This Is the Greatest Show. This is the moment you've all been waiting for.
I think Randy Orton should just go out there, RKO Edge, and it's done.
Yeah, 100%. Just that, and then instead of playing I Hear Voice, at the end it just goes, This is the greatest show! You know?
Yes.
And they have fireworks go off and shit. Like, do it up, man. Do
like
up.
a
fireworks in the building like Great White.
Yeah. No, like, just pan over to Saudi Arabia doing fireworks from a previous event and pretend that's what's going on right now.
With the live caption up in the corner?
Yeah.
I'm sure that Saudi Arabia would be cool firing off fuck tons of fireworks to an empty arena and scaring the shit out of their city.
Hell yeah, dude. Fuck, you could probably just play what's happening in fucking Minnesota.
It's just another Sunday
chaos.
night.
It's chaos.
No.
You could play Phoenix for that matter.
That's true. Phoenix got some shit going on.
Yeah, they got fucked up.
Yeah. But
Shouldn't giggle.
yeah. But all that aside, I think you do one RKO, the match is over, you have fireworks, you have a big thing, an elephant comes through the room. And they do a whole fucking thing. This is the greatest show! And they make like a whole
Not
to-do
even that.
about
I
it.
think my best worst end would be goes for the RKO, trips, and then like Edge just like sits on him, pin, and you're just like, what?
He slips on the outside of the ring and gets counted out. A slow 10
Yeah,
count.
yeah. And X. Like, I don't want anyone to get hurt, but just like oh shit.
Dude, not even an X. Just he slips and he's out, and it's just a slow 10 count while Edge is just going, oh.
Like,
Whatever.
just in the ring, like, hand on hip, just like, motherfucker.
Yeah, he just sits down on like the turnbuckle, like, I guess that's the match. Like,
Just look over.
Just let him do it.
We're going to retake this, right? And you just hear Bruce off the side. Nah, buddy, that was all we had.
yeah, that's it, man. We're out of time.
Dork chop.
Yeah, Dork Chop says, slip on a banana peel with cartoon sound effects. Like, do a Three Stooges bit.
Yeah, do a Titus slip.
Oh, yeah, Titus just goes right underneath the ring and a count him to 10.
Yeah, you don't see him the rest of the night.
Yeah, that's it. He's just down there now.
He just goes up there and 10 count. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Greatest wrestling match ever. I think.
We did it.
Yeah, dude, it's gotta be. Yeah, Dork Chop says end of his career. You just never see him again.
Weird question for you.
Orin comes out and they shake hands in the middle of the ring.
Yeah,
Question for Marsh.
yeah.
Who is your least favorite Australian female professional wrestler? The Iconics or Nia Jax?
Is Nia from Australia?
She is.
No.
Oh,
I would say Nia.
yeah.
Yeah, because she's got to go. Iconics aren't hurting anyone. They just are awful. Nia's also a danger and cocky about it, so she's got to go.
I did also. We bypassed how Nia was talking about Becky too. And she was like, "Oh, she went and got herself pregnant."
Yeah, that whole fucking promo was garbage from top to bottom. It's like, stop.
Sorry. Just,
Yeah, all the Becky shit in there was bullshit too. I do.
So follow-up question to Clem's question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Australian wrestler? Female wrestler.
Murphy.
Female.
Yeah, he's a bitch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Got
dude.
him.
Got him. Cheers.
Clump's like, I'm not listening to this.
Yeah, she's a bitch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're going Australian female, I would probably say Tegan. I think Tegan's better than Dakota.
But isn't Tegan from New Zealand?
I don't think there's a difference.
Same
for one.
shit.
No.
Yeah.
That's like saying China and Japan are the same shit.
Whoa. Easy, buddy.
No,
People
they-
watch
they
for
call them
that.
in English.
No one's paying attention to New Zealand stereotypes. Take it easy.
They're all
Out of
prisoners.
Is Tegan from New Zealand? Look it up, Clump.
Okay.
You've been in front of your computer this whole goddamn time. You can ask Jeeves one fucking question for us.
Yeah, he's like not
If-
even looking at us anymore.
No.
If we can interrupt
She's
your
not even from New Zealand. She's from Wales.
Yes.
Yeah, Wales. See? That's what I said.
They have whales in New Zealand.
If Naya's from there, then yeah.
Okay. Alright, okay.
What? What'd I say?
Oh my god.
What'd I say?
Ria's from Australia.
I know.
Yeah.
Huh.
I said Tegan.
That's different.
Still fucked up.
It's a different person. Different person.
Dork Chop says same shit. Everyone that's not American is foreign. That's all one place, and it's not here. USA, 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 USA. Where are they from? Not America. USA, USA.
Oh my god.
We're number one on the scale of from 1 to 10.
Let me see. I'm really liking MVP talking mad shit to Lana. I'm not liking that Lana's involved in any other way.
Yeah.
Or that she even gets to talk back. I wish that he just would shit on her and then that would be it.
Yeah, and then they cut away. Her confused look and then cut away.
Yeah, every time.
Don't let her have any audio.
She can't be on a microphone. But, what do you guys think of Drew McIntyre versus MVP?
I wasn't interested.
What?
That good, huh?
I said I wasn't interested.
I wasn't interested at all, and here he was struggling with MVP, but I beat Brock Lesnar in 4 minutes. But he's got a fucking hard time with MVP. So.
Yeah, it felt weird.
Hmm?
What?
It felt weird. It felt like they fed... I mean, they fed so many people to Drew McIntyre, you kind of expected MVP to be fed.
Yeah.
So you're like, well, why are we doing it this way?
I wonder if it gives credibility to Bobby Lashley through MVP in the sense that not even MVP's a pushover. So if MVP could get that close, how close could Bobby get? But it's also a little weird given how we got here, you know?
I'm liking MVP more and more.
Yeah, I'm starting to become a huge MVP fan.
I'm coming.
Yeah. I'm coming around to that one. I'm starting to get pretty excited about MVP when I see him. I think he's incredible on the mic. And this is a fucked up bit, and I apologize in advance because I even have a Taz Water Break Jones water bottle right here on the mantle. Taz's promo in Dynamite, he was stuttering. He seemed unsure. He seemed overly confident and wasn't delivering that same way. And then he went back and recycled his own catchphrase from before. And I felt kind of bad listening to it. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Taz went out there and said, you don't worry about me, I got this. And then he got frazzled or something. He just didn't have it. And I felt bad because I was like, man, as soon as I saw Taz with Brian Cage, I thought, oh shit. Taz with a mic and Brian Cage with his fucking fist. This is going to be Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. It's going to be fantastic. And they're getting their footing, and I get that. And Taz is going to need more time. And I know that Taz can get there. I have faith in the guy. But his first delivery here wasn't it. And I think that MVP has come in so strong on the mic. You know what I mean? I can't help but compare the two a little bit, and I don't mean to.
What the hell?
Fucking Christ, are you doing laundry on the beach?
I'm grabbing another beer out of the refrigerator.
Oh, he's got his head in the refrigerator.
That's 10 times worse than the fan.
It's not 10 times. It's bad. It's bad.
I
But
legit
still.
have a mechanical loud-ass keyboard. It's
Yeah.
just like nothing compared to this.
Yeah,
Let's see. Check out MVP New Japan run. He had some great matches over there. I believe it. See, that's the thing too. Is I think the MVP can still go on a level that you don't expect him to, and I think his mic skills are incredible. His delivery is impeccable. Like, you can't beat him. I think that he's got... When I first heard he was coming back and saw him in Rumble, I thought, okay, that's nice. And you saw him in a match with Mysterio, and you're like, well, that's cool for him and his family. But as you're watching him go, you're like, no, this guy's got something to give, and he's got more to go.
Oh my god.
I
I hate this so much.
I'm doing it on purpose now.
Yeah. And you think that this guy has stuff to teach the new kids. Like, this is someone who's got something. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that was amazing.
This is the greatest show.
Not the greatest show.
So Lashley threw Lana out, which is great. He's like, get the fuck out of here. I don't know what she did. I didn't watch most of it, but I was not interested in Drew McIntyre as a champion. I'm really hoping that Lashley wins, but I don't think he will. But I think this Drew McIntyre entire character is, I can't stand it. He comes off cocky, smug. He doesn't seem focused or care, but he just gets to be the best. And I'm not buying into it. He doesn't speak for me. I don't feel connected to his character at all. I can't relate to it.
Well, I keep getting pissed off that he's kicking out at once.
Oh my god, yeah, he doesn't sell anything.
Oh my god.
Nailed it.
Woo! This is gonna be good. This is the greatest show.
No.
Let's see. But that's kind of how that show ended. I mean, we're leading up to Backlash, which is going to be the greatest show. I think the matches have the capability to be really good. A lot of these. I think they probably won't be.
Yeah, there.
Oh.
No Liv this week.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing Liv at all, which is a bummer. I'm really liking what they're doing with Liv. We didn't talk about it last week because we weren't here, so we can talk about it real quick. What they're doing with Liv, her being like this voice for the 20-something new age type women, the finding myself and living for experiences and stuff. Like, I think it's kind of cool. It's a little untapped. You don't usually see characters like that around, so I'm interested in it from that regard. But I do think that it's a little slow moving, and if I don't get somewhere soon, I'm gonna lose interest. But I think it's kind of cool. I'm glad that she's getting the chance to try it. You know.
I'm curious of why it's so slow moving because we hadn't seen her in 6 months.
Yeah, and then she put on a bunch of great matches back to back to back, and then she's back to just kind of putting on these little fucking videos again.
She had such great teaser promos that I felt like there was such a build.
Yeah.
And we got this new. Well, I mean, it took several different outfits for her to figure out which one she was sticking to.
Yeah.
And so she finally got it, and now we're going back to I don't really know myself, but I'm gonna get there.
Yeah.
And figure it out. So I just still don't know why it's taking this long to figure it out. But
Yeah.
it's just me.
I mean, and I like the idea that I think that there's a whole community of viewers out there that are like that. Let me find myself and all that kind of stuff. And it's going to be more of a journey. And, you know, the only person you've got to be better than is you yesterday and all that stuff. She's kind of like the embodiment of Instagram right now. And I think it's kind of cool that she can portray that in that way. And I'm just interested to see what they do with it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys think we're missing?
Well, I don't think so.
Nah. What are you guys excited for? Well, Backlash, obviously. I'm curious to see how this week goes.
Yeah, well, this Saturday we got TakeOver in your house.
In your house.
Sunday.
I thought it was Saturday.
I don't think I've seen Sunday.
All right, well, I don't know. So Google it. Ask Jeeves. Who do we got?
Go out your
Merpity? Me or Pity?
Hey,
Me three?
Murphy.
Merpity, what's up? Cheers.
Cheers.
Got someone new in there. Thanks for stopping by. Give us a little follow. If you got Prime subscribe, you can get yourself a little championship belt next to your name, a little emote. Take over
It's worth it.
you. It's worth it for that 24/7. Or no, that's the 5 o'clock summer championship. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to cover. If there's anything you guys want to talk about in the chat real quick, let us know. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. There's nothing else that comes to mind other than I think TakeOver is going to be pretty cool. I think Backlash is starting to look like a show where it was kind of really slow moving, booking matches together and stuff. The Almighty John 2020, the women's tag team titles won't be around much longer. You think they're actually going to get rid of them? You think they're going to hand them over to Iconics and dissolve them at some point?
That'd be so sad.
Yeah, that'd be a crazy short
they
run. I don't think they would. I think they would more likely shelve them for a while and bring them back like they did when the Iconics had it last time. You know?
See, I think they don't get rid of them just because AEW doesn't have anything like that.
That's a really good point. It definitely does something to highlight more of the mid card of the women's division. And if there's one thing that AEW is not doing as well as WWE at all, it's their women's division for sure.
On that point, do you want to talk about when someone on Twitter asked
Kenny? Someone asked Kenny on Twitter, said something like about how they got to do better with the women's division, how it's just so poorly put together.
They said they're a fan.
And he said that they're a fan, and they watched. They said they're a big fan of it, and they want it to be better. Almighty John says he does the tag titles. I mean, if you tell me what your thought process is on it, I mean, I'm curious to know. Do you think that they're going to get rid of it just because you haven't seen it much? Or is there something more to it than that? I just feel like that, like Kevlar said, it's something they have that other companies don't have. And I mean, personally, I just really like the look of the belt. I don't want it to go away. I like the design. But so they told Kenny that they wanted the women's division to be better. And his response was, if you haven't been watching our women's division, I suggest you start with Nyla versus Shida. And the original comment was how that was the only good match the women's divisions had, according to that one fan. And the guy's response to Kenny that was, I have watched all of it, and I've seen every single match of it, and I think you've done a really poor job of taking care of it, and you're not, the women's division needs a lot of help. And Kenny's response to that was, you're entitled to your opinion, and you should watch something else.
You should watch what you like.
Yeah, you should watch what you like.
WWE.
Yeah. And so it just came off with this attitude of, well, that's the best I got. We're not doing anything else with it, so just stop watching if you don't like it because it's not going to get better. That was the tone of it.
Yeah.
And it was all like, what?
It's my way or the highway.
Yeah, I love it, so it's not changing ever. And it's like, well, you could also say stay tuned. Fuck.
Yeah, there's different ways to approach that. You can say that even in a different way, like, hey, that's a valid concern. That's a valid point of view. I think we bring something to the table. I think we're always trying to evolve. I appreciate the feedback.
Yeah, and I think we'll get better even would be nice. But all he said was, if you watch what you like to watch then. It's like, what?
Way to draw in new fans.
If you don't like us, don't watch us.
Yeah, if you don't like what you're seeing right now, don't watch because it's not changing ever.
Essentially.
Yeah. Dorchop said that's a petty response. I'm sure he gets that tweet or equivalent 100 times a day, though. That's probably true. I mean, the one thing that AEW is doing weaker than absolutely every other company is their women's division, I think, for sure. And I think a lot of people are upset by that because of how big women's wrestling is right now and how important those storylines are right now to so many people. That he probably does get a lot more than that. But that's because
the thing is if he gets that tweet 100 times a day, he should almost have an automated response with it. That's a little better than don't watch us.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was shocked by. Let's see. They have 2 tag teams in WWE. I mean, right now it seems that way, right? But let's see. I know they teased the idea of Natalya and Liv. They got, obviously, Alexa Nikki, obviously the Iconics. You still technically have Bayley and
Kabuki
Sasha.
Warriors.
You still technically have Kabuki Warriors, Sasha
They
Bayley.
keep billing them, too.
Huh?
They keep billing the Kabuki Warriors.
They keep billing them as the Kabuki Warriors, for sure. Let's see, Mandy Sonia broke up. You got Carmella, who's always a step away from being attacked from somebody. They teased her and Dana. They've teased her and Naomi. I think the thing is they may only have a couple of super established We Are Tag Team wrestlers right now. I think that, like we said before, they're a little kind of... They seem to be kind of treading water as far as who they're booking with who and the matches they're doing repetitively. So I think they're being careful with how they're moving forward, but that's also not to say they don't have enough women to bring together tag teams. And I think they still do. I think they still have enough women to make a compelling tag team or two. I mean, you still have Tamina on the roster, and Tamina and Nia were a tag. I think the possibility is there, and yeah, I agree. They're only highlighting 2 right now. I think that's for a specific storyline, and I'm curious where it goes because I agree with you that I'd like to see. I don't want to see it go away, but it does feel like if they don't do something with it, there's going to be nowhere to go with it. I think that they're doing this and getting some of the single stuff together. The other problem is they lost Becky Lynch. That's a big hole to fill from the single side of things. So they kind of need to break up a few tag teams to fill in that amount of star power. But it doesn't mean you can't circle back, though.
Well, and bringing up Becky Lynch and the hole that's there, and I was going to bring this up, and I'm glad you remind me. Do you think Charlotte loses at In Your House and she becomes full-time Raw?
Yes.
Because I feel 100% that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't see why you put her in a triple threat if it's not to lose it.
Yeah, without her losing.
Yeah.
or getting pinned or whatever.
Yeah, and then you can still have her come back and tease NXT shit whenever she wants. You know, oh, I didn't really lose it. And you could still build for a one-on-one where she could really put someone over. You know what I mean? If Rhea pins Io for that title, you can always have Charlotte come back one more time and be like, you know what? You couldn't take it off of me. I took it from you, and you've never even beaten me. And then you can get to another takeover where Charlotte finally puts over Rhea and makes a star out of her.
Or even Raw.
Yeah. I mean, either way, I agree with both those. Well, that's what I mean, though. But like, if Charlotte shows up to NXT to face Rhea on a takeover, and then she can go back to Raw and be full time. Dorkchop says probably see more women call-ups for NXT since the division is so strong and they need to have replacements ready here too. That's true too. The women's division is so deep on NXT that sometimes you're getting 3 or 4 women's matches on an NXT show and they're like 3-on-3 and shit. Where on Raw and SmackDown, like you said, you feel like there's only 2 tag teams to begin with. Mm-hmm. So you could easily see a few of them come up and tag up a little bit here and there. So I think they have the talent pool on the women's side to fill those gaps if they need. And I hope they don't get rid of the tag title, but I feel your concern for it for sure. I just, I'm more hopeful than that. I want it to stay. But yeah, I agree with you, Kevlar. I think that Charlotte's going to NXT to get rid of the belt and be more full-time on Raw and maybe do her stupid little... Whatever happened with their like wild card thing? Remember they were doing the like 4 times a year you come over to the other brand, the Invitational or some shit. They did that for 1 week. What the hell?
Yep.
Because they did it for 1 week.
Don't talk about it.
Weeks that they have to do it.
Yeah, that's true. They can space that out.
Oh, that stupid shit. Don't worry about it.
I'm just pissed that they didn't put a draft again.
I was surprised too, but given the circumstance right now, I think that's just the reason for it. Because then they pulled that shit with AJ, where he's over there for a later to be named draft pick, and you're like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. They're because they're kind of shallow in the talent pool right now. They can't make the whole exciting thing and the big shifts of the mid card and stuff. I don't know.
The other thing to bring up is, how do you feel about certain talents getting their name called because they either refuse to or are sitting back during COVID, whereas like Roman, who said, hey, I'm not going to do this, and they haven't mentioned him since Mania, or before Mania.
Well, I think Roman's a huge star, which I think is different than some of these other people. Like Leo Rush trying to say that he's got the same pull as Roman, forget it.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think a Leo Rush sitting at home saying, I'm not coming in, if you were already an issue in the back, it's like, well, we got to cut people anyways. He doesn't want to be here. He's nothing but in the back.
I'm not talking more about Leo Rush, but I'm talking about like Sami Zayn.
Well, but they didn't cut him. They just took his title.
Yeah, but once again, with rumors speculating, Sami Zayn refuses to travel and, go to Florida.
Yeah, I don't see the problem with taking the title. They did the same thing with Devin on the NXT Cruiserweight. He's not refusing. He just can't.
Exactly. No, yeah, exactly. But the thing is with Sammy is that they keep saying Sammy can't compete, whereas Roman, you haven't heard his name spoken since before Mania.
Well, I think his Roman situation's a lot more delicate. Sammy may be stuck in Canada, whereas Roman is in Florida, but because of their concern about his immune system, they don't want to potentially expose him to anything that's a danger. So that only opens them up to negative criticisms either way, right? If they were to say, hey, Roman can't come in because there's a potential for him to be exposed to corona, it kind of undoes a lot of what they're doing to protect the idea that they're being safe about corona. You know what I mean?
So you think it's more so that Roman will look weak in that spotlight instead of just mentioning him like, hey, he can't compete right now?
I think they both would look weak in talking about it. I think Roman would look weak as far as like where he's afraid to get sick, And I think that WWE would look weak in saying we can't protect him from this virus that we're telling you we're protecting everyone else from.
Yeah.
I think it's a lose-lose to talk about him.
They adamantly mentioned on Raw too that, oh look, they've got plexiglass, everyone's 6 feet apart, like very openly we're talking about what they're doing.
Also,
yeah.
Why isn't the goon back? There's plexiglass everywhere.
Yeah, bring back the goon.
Yeah.
Just run around smashing people in the plexiglass, throw pucks at people.
Check everyone into the plexiglass.
Yeah, it'd be great. Let's see. Oh, putting on my Vince Logic hat. They don't want to talk about Roman's leukemia because it will make him look weak. GR said, y'all talk about Nia Botch already. Just wondering. Dorshop says, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, no, but we're happy to talk about it again, dude. Fuck that, bitch. Not only that Botch, dude, you saw that promo she cut? That fucking horrible, racially driven promo? Sorry. But yeah, dude, we talked about it. I'm happy to shit on it. I'll pour another drink. But tell us what you think, Lunar. We'll dive in a little bit on it. But yeah, we did talk about it. Kairi Sane posted that picture of a gash on her head after taking the steps to it. And then they give her very little time to get better, throw her in the ring, drop a knee. And the whole time she's just crumbled. And you're like, fucking stop.
I want her to go out in like football gear, like full on pads.
Yeah.
Like a helmet.
Like that movie, The Little Giants.
Icebox.
Yeah. Cheerleader just says poor Kari with a crying face.
Seriously.
Yeah, no, for sure. Stop going out there. Start refusing. There are people who have refused to work with Nia. Can't confirm that, but I know that.
There are people that refuse to. I don't know.
Well, no, I mean, I do know. I do know. I can confidently tell you there are some people who refuse to work with her. But
Well, she doesn't feel like she's the pull, probably.
I don't know, man. But seriously, Nia needs to be suspended. Yeah, I don't know why she's still allowed to do this. Here's the other bullshit part.
Oh my god.
You getting fucking chips now?
Seriously?
Son of a bitch.
What the hell?
I'm opening up the microballer from the pro wrestling crate for
The Cardona
my
one?
son. The Super Soaker.
Yeah. You know that's Zack Ryder, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this month's gonna be the Kurt Hawkins one.
Yeah.
Let's see, but she's got that lineage protecting her. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I feel like you got to suspend her or just leave her alone. And then there's that whole bit they did last week where she throws Kairi Sane fucking face first into those boxes of gear in the back. And then Asuka goes and kicks Nia, who slowly falls down, takes a seat, and lays over onto a fucking futon!
We thought it was a pillow at first, but they replayed it yesterday, and we were like, no, that's definitely a futon.
Yeah, I was like, is that a fucking mattress lying around? And I was like, what is with the fucking big pillow? And then I watched it again, I was like, that's a goddamn futon from the fucking VIP segment, where it's like, well, I can't fall down or potentially bump something, so I gotta have a mattress here.
Futons aren't super soft.
Yeah, futons aren't the softest thing.
Yeah, she took her bumps.
Yeah, that's paying your dues right there, a futon instead of a full-blown mattress.
Yo, I'm looking up New Japan's roster right now.
Yeah.
They have a guy named Dookie.
Dude, bring him over.
I love him.
Yeah, I'm already in, dude.
Jared Lunar, defend this shit.
Yeah, Jared Lunar, you big fan of Dookie?
Dookie.
You big fan of Dookie, Lunar? Let's see, Nia takes the bump, then takes a nap because she's gassing the spot. Yeah, 100%. Dookie. Let's see, yeah.
I love
Dookie highlights.
Well, I mean, once she falls over, she can't get up for a while. So you might as well have a mattress for her to go ahead and nap it out. So,
perks of the job.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that's why. I mean, for one, I think Nia's got to go. I think every time she's on TV, it's bad TV at best and dangerous for her coworkers in its worst. And I think they don't mention Roman because it makes Roman look weak and it makes WWE sound bad, and they're trying to protect everyone's image right now and self-sustaining.
child.
Is that Nash? No, it's Trace.
It is Nash.
Is Nash?
Yeah.
What's up? Hey, buddy. He's gone now. Let's see. Nia's knees versus Nash's quads. Who will win? That's true. Well, Nash had that surgery, and now his legs look like human legs. But they were pretty rough there for a minute. Hey, buddy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was going to happen.
He knows what's up. He's just trying to be famous. Let's see. We all lose. Nia's knees, I think, have a second round in them, but I don't think they go the long haul. Let's see.
It looked like she was wearing some sort of medical brace thing yesterday.
Yeah, she had them all taped up, and it's like, are they giving out already? Lunar says kids are watching. How we know? We didn't know that before. But I think that's it, though. I mean, is there anything else you guys want to touch ground on? Lunar, is there anything we didn't talk about?
I think I'm good.
Dude, you're about to shit yourself.
Yeah.
You are
He
pacing.
did. He already did.
Yeah. He's all like,
I'm getting prepped.
I'm not about to. I need to clean up now.
Let me know when I can wipe.
Let's see. Oh,
Don't look Gill ain't gonna work out.
Doorchop said your kid's going into business for himself. Hot dogging and grandstanding.
He's taking that Drake route.
Yeah. Lunar says he hasn't been watching any lately, just getting updates from Twitter. And to be honest with you right now, dude, a lot of it I think can easily be done. Even watching this last Raw, I said that afterwards, is I kind of wish I just read reviews and watched the one match I wanted to. So it's not the worst way to do that for the most part. I would say if you haven't seen it and you're able to, Thatcher versus Riddle in the pit fight is a must-watch for wrestling fans. I think you would really enjoy that match. But I'm not going to tell you to go back and watch everything or anything like that. But Riddle Thatcher, I'd really like to know your thoughts on it. I think you'd enjoy it because I know you like good wrestling, and fuck if that wasn't a step beyond. I think that's it, though. I think that wraps us up. Clump is seeping.
No, don't say that.
It's wet.
Don't stop!
What?
Didn't need that.
What? I'm accentuating Clump's stress.
I heard some feedback.
Yeah, there is feedback. Mic check. Mic check. Clump or Kevlar, anything you wanted to throw in there? Want to see if anything your little boy needs to speak about?
No, he just walked away. We're good.
No, he's good? All right, good. I just want to make sure he didn't leave anything out he was hoping to get to tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, I think that's it. Thank you guys for checking it out, hanging out with us tonight. I hope we all got to have a couple of drinks and just hang out with friends and forget about Clump shitting his pants for just a minute.
Yeah, because that's what's going on in the world.
That's what's going on in the world today.
Oh.
But I think that's it, guys. Check out WrestlingOnTheRocks.com for all of our links and all of our things. And give us the old follow and the like and all the what twos. And hopefully we see you guys next week. This whole world hasn't burst into the sun. Cheers to you. Last call, guys.
Cheers.
Really now. I'm impressed with the ability of your mic to catch that.